Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Limbus Company. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Lovely to see you all here. Hope you guys are doing well. What's up, everyone? That's up, party people. Let me do this real quick as well to set you up. Boom. Welcome, guys. Hope you all are doing well. Lovely to see you all here, guys. It is patch day. We got so many things to discuss. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, you see the tag, you see my screen. New mirror dungeon. New patch notes. New surveys. Well, survey results. LUNACY. Yi Sang. Oh my god. Oh, it's too much thing. Too many thing. But I refuse. I refuse for it to be too many. There's a lot of stuff we gotta go through over. Alright, LUNACY. A crazy identity. Which, if you've seen the video... if you've watched the video of the Yi Sang video... You might have noticed I went fucking psycho throughout the whole video, pretty much. We've got patch. We've got new mirror dungeon. Now, guys, I'm letting y'all know. Alright, if you guys have read the patch already, don't spoil it for me. I have not read anything to do with the mirror dungeon patch. Alright, I have not seen it yet, so I am going into it completely blind. I want to go into it blind. That's the only thing. Now, I have I always go into these patches blind, but I'll always glance just to, like, see what the biggest things are about. I have not looked at the mirror dungeon at all. So I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. We're going to react to it together. Now, because there's a lot of things to go through here together, I'm going to lay it out to y'all how we're going to be doing this, all right? I'm going to lay it out so just for you, in case you want to see, or in case someone wants to, I don't know, put tags. First, we're going to go in order, okay? We're going to be talking about the February 19th patch note. After that, we're going to talk about, so everything to do in the patch notes. Everything to do in these patch notes, we're going to start with this. Second, we're going to talk about the mirror dungeon patch notes, which will be this one, okay? And then after we've talked about these two, we'll go into Rien Sang. Now, as a quick note, in case you haven't seen the video, Rien Sang is the first 3-page identity in the game. And let me fucking tell you now that this greedy motherfucker, this Yi Sang's greed, he definitely needs all these 5 pages. I don't even know if Ryoshu Seasonal is gonna be 3 pages, guys. That's the thing. Is Ryoshu gonna be 3 pages, bro? It's almost 4, too. Look how much they had to shrink the 3rd page. Look how tiny it is. Reminder, by the way, that the second largest ID pages were Codion. And I'm talking Codion. Codion looked like this, by the way. This is what Codion looked like, but it was 2 pages. 2 pages of this. So they really fucking shrunk it. 4-pager. That would be crazy. Wait, guys, but what if the Walpurgis She identities were 4 pages long? See, now you're thinking 900 IQ. Anyway, we'll talk about all of that today. So we'll go through everything today. All right, we'll go through everything. Now, obviously, how this is going to work. As I said, I'm going to repeat myself so y'all know. First, we're going through all of the 19 scheduled update notice. Once we go through it once, we'll talk about in detail the specifics of anything that we've missed. Then, I'll give a TLDR of the scheduled update notice after we review the full thing. Okay? Excuse me. Alright, so, then we'll talk about the mirror dungeon patch. We'll go through everything in the mirror dungeon patch, then we'll review the mirror dungeon patch after, talk about things in depth, perhaps, then we'll TLDR it, then we'll move on to the ID after that. Once we move on to the ID, then we'll talk about, I'll give you guys an explanation of, I'll read it for you guys so you guys can read and, you know, and listen to what it does. Then I'll go into deep explanation of how it works. All of this, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, might take us genuinely the entire night. I don't think we're gonna be playing Limbus tonight. I think we'll literally just be stuck here discussing. So, let's begin, shall we, guys? The February 19th scheduled update notice. This is going to be this week. Okay? Hello, manager. Well, we're having an update. Thank you, Kim Ji-hoon. Thank you, ProjectMoon team. Now, first things first will be new content. The new identity extraction House of Spiders, Yi-san.
What is my reward for calling Lee saying giving desire for acknowledgement fulfilled to Dawn?
You get 2 poise count on turn end. Congratulations. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So, first things first. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have obviously Yi-sang as the extraction banner. We have Honglu as the target extraction banner. But more importantly, we actually got the Hongwon target extraction banner, which I didn't think we would get right now. But this has some pretty big important news to it. So let's go over it real quick. Target extraction Hongwon from the obviously 2 to the 19th, so 19th of February, okay, to the 5th of March. Now, I had thought that they weren't. I was wrong. No, it did include all the Hongwon identities. I just didn't expect them to do the high show identities again. So, if you wanted to pull every single Hongwon identity in the game, you have Lord Lu, Ryoshu Dayu. I was wrong. I'm not wrong. I literally said Lord Honglu. I said Ryoshu. I said Ishmael. Now, I don't see Thumb in here because they're not Hongwon, I guess. But I didn't think they would also include the fucking high show included. That's an extra. That's not me being wrong. I was still right. There was extra to it. Anyway, you can pull the high show again. It's pretty much, well, it's all of them except for the event, and also the Thumb are not on here. So there's no like Lehang and Thumb. But the thing is, right, besides what's actually in the banner here, right? I said I don't, it's not just, it wouldn't, okay, you're twisting my words. I said it wouldn't only be high show, because high show had a banner themselves already. Anyway, irrelevant. I'm still right. Irrelevant. This part of the tag is the most important. The 3rd anniversary event will start from February 26, during which the nominal identity ticket will be available via attendance, event reward, and purchase. Target extraction Hongwon identities are obtainable by using the nominal identity ticket. Please note that above for your extraction plans. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. Right? So, if you didn't get everything last season and you want to get it without sacrificing your pools, you can use the free nominal identity you get from the anniversary. That's good. That's cool. That's nothing wrong with that. Some people might only have a bit of the high show. Some people are missing Lord. Some people are Dayu or something. So, it's free. This is free. You get a free nominal identity ticket that you can use on the Hongwon banner, because this is from the anniversary event, which will start on the 26th, and we'll go through the target banner. Do we get to choose? I don't remember how the nominal identity works, but I think I'm not sure. I don't remember how the nominal identity ticket works. You might get to pick. I think you do get to pick, but I don't remember. So don't quote me on that. It might be random. I think you get to pick. I think it is. Don't quote me. I don't remember. That's pretty good. That is good. That's really, really good. You get to pick a free Season 6 identity. Especially for requiring a lot of seasons. Anyway, that's the most important part here. Then obviously we have Yisang identity. We have the new packages, which obviously are the same. We have to worry about that. Here is the big part. New content, the mirror of names and spiders. Please refer to the Steam announcement for more information. Obviously, we will be referring to that, but first, once Mirror of Names and Spiders updates, the Mirror of Immortality's mirror projection rate and achievements and reward claim will become unavailable. Please note the information and claim your rewards before February 19th. Once the Mirror of Names and Spiders updates, any Starlight acquired in the Mirror of Immortality will be removed and will not carry over. However, as was the case of the Mirror Immortality, because of the amount of Starlight obtainable from normal may feel small compared to before, a certain amount of starting Starlight will be given by default so that all managers can start using the Starlight system immediately. It'll be 300 Starlight, which I believe is how much it was before. And guys, what do you think of the new name of the Mirror Dungeon? I think a lot of people thought it was going to be called the Mirror of Severing or the Mirror of the Unsevered. The Mirror of Spiders. I kind of fuck with the name. I kind of like Mirror of Names and Spiders. I'm like, oh, it's definitely long, like Mirror of Names and Spiders. I don't mind it. Because you can always just call it the Mirror of Spiders, right? You don't have to say the name Spider. You can just say Mirror. I'm pretty sure if you say Mirror of Thread or Mirror of Spiders, I'm pretty sure you could just shorten that. Like, yeah, you could just shorten it to Mirror of Spiders, right? Which is cool. I kind of like that it's a long name and you could just shorten it. So, personally, I like it. I'm a fan. Obviously, it's not as short as, like, Mirror of Immortality. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Mirror of Immortality or whatever fucking CANTO, whatever they were doing for Mirror Dungeon fucking 4, bro. Whatever they did for Mirror Dungeon 4, where it was, like, Rigatalo or something. That was kind of wild. So, that's the new name. I like it. If you don't like it, just shorten it to Mirror of Spiders. I think everyone will understand. Ezra ass name. Yeah, this is pretty much what Ezra would say. You'd also say MD7. Mirror of Immortality is kind of like the best name. Mirror of Aura and Hype Moments. Mirror of Distortion Detective. I think I like that one. So, that's that. Moving on. Now, we have some big information already, guys. We have Ryoshu's post CANTO 9 in-game illustration, font, survey results, and infographic. Now, guys, as a community, it is incredibly important that you participate in feedback surveys. I know, it's cringe. The schools make you do it, or works make you do it. They don't matter. But the one that matters the most is when ProjectMoon offers you a survey to ask you how we make the game better. It is your God-given right that you, as a community member, do it. Forget school, forget work, forget fucking anniversaries, okay? If ProjectMoon give you a survey to make the game better, you do it. So we did this. Obviously, we participated in the survey, and we studied up, and we researched it ourselves. So it looks to be that we have the results. The following is the infographic on the results of the survey that was conducted from January 30th to February 6th, and how the in-game illustration font will be changed to reflect them. Now, this is, of you guys who don't know, this is about Ryoshu's sword. Okay? Ryoshu's sword is illustrated in a very specific font that might not be really isn't that good compared to how some people explained it. So they're taking a survey on how to fix this. We thank all of our managers for the care and appreciation you have put in answering the survey. Now, here are the notes regarding the survey. We will obviously be going over all this information. 20 survey entries, which included those with duplicate UIDs, non-existent UIDs, and incorrect inputting of language, have been excluded from the survey. 20? Holy shit. Wait, guys, out of 17,742 participants, only 20 of them were taken out, which is, that has to be like a 99.7%, right? that has to be pretty fucking high. So that means there's no fraudulent behavior. I mean, I don't know who would fraudulent behavior. This is like a fucking election. Like we're rigging the fucking CANTO 9 sword election, right? But anyhow, let's actually have a look. All featured percentages are rounded off from the second decimal. Now, let's have a look, shall we? We have notice from Ryoshu's sword post CANTO size. So we have language, obviously, we have EC, EN, Korean, and JP, which is quite funny that EN is the largest here. I'm finding that the most interesting here. I really would have thought, I guess ETC is kind of just any, like, yeah. Maybe everyone's just using EN as, like, the default language. But here we have current font impressions. Obviously, 1 was the worst, 5 was the best. And it seems to be that the current one, we had 14.8% on the impression. So 14.8% of 17,000 thought that it was the worst thing in the world. 2, which was 26%, right? 3, which was 16.2, 4, which won at 29.3, and then 5, which was 13.7. So as you can see here, we see the numbers advantage. So English was 7,120, JP was 5,100, Korean was 4,700, and ETC was 900. ETC, I assume, is just anything else. Pre-language percentage for current font impressions. Obviously, here we go. You have the pre-language percentages. So it looks like in Korea, 28%. We'll just focus on the golden numbers, right? Because that's obviously the most important. So in Korea, 28% of people believed, which was the highest majority, that it was absolutely that it was quite doo-doo. And then the second highest majority was absolute dog shit. Fair. English, however, at a 43.8% agreed that they really fucking like this. And then the second highest at 20.8% thought that it was the best thing next to white bread. Okay? JP, on the other hand, agreed mostly with Korea at a 39.4%, quite a high staggering result. Obviously, because Ryoshu uses Chinese characters, and she is obviously supposed to be JP, so they would obviously care the most about this. With the second highest result also being 21.7 at the 1 mark. And then EDC, which you could be like China, or it could be like any like South Asian or whatever, right? At 29.9% agreed at second, and then the third, and then the second best was 25.5. Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious here. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was ProjectMoon, I would completely scrape the EN votes. I'm sorry. Okay? I can't read it, and I said this during the survey. I said, I don't know. I said, to me, it looks good, because I don't actually understand it. I thought visually it looked appealing. I had people explain it to me, and when they explained it to me, right? When they explained it to me, I understood. But that's also where I understood that it is not my place to decide how another language's font should look. I am not Chinese. Even if I knew Chinese, I still think it would not be my place to decide how the Chinese characters look. Okay? So in my personal opinion, completely scrap the EN vote. And just because as you can see, Korea, JP, and everyone else decided it's dog shit. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about what was actually decided here at the bottom here. Despite the relatively brief survey period, a total of 17,742 managers have participated in the survey. Languages are divided into 4 categories: Korean, English, Japanese, and other. The first 3 are Limbus Company official supported languages, and the last is used for players with the custom language module. Now, obviously, chat, there is much more than 900 people using custom language models. I think it is just a Google survey, and the limitations of a Google survey, I'm not sure how that would work, but yeah. The following is the result breakdown of does the font used in the image convey a rectilinear and futuristic intent? Question. Somewhat agree answers were approximately 29.3, and somewhat disagree were approximately 26.0. After a per language review of the survey results, we confirm that the answers to the survey vary dependently on the language each manager used. Obviously. Allowed language mods? Yeah, so if you have a custom language chat, you can have a custom language mod. And you're allowed. So, ProjectMoon chat figured out that, yes, the survey varied depending on the language of the user. How hilarious. Now let's actually have a look at some stats. More stats. Font change direction. So this is the question of what should we do about it if we decide to change. The first option was use a different font that maintains the futuristic intent. That was the second highest at 12.7%. We have use a different brush calligraphy font similar to the previous version used by Ryoshu at a 40.6, staggeringly high 40.6%. The lowest answer was use a different font that does not adhere to either of the above at a 6.7%. Don't say it. And then we have the second highest being leave it to the director to decide after viewing the results of the survey at a high 28.9%. Then the second worst was maintain the font as is, 11%. Now, per language font change per direction percent. Korea was 50% of option 2. Okay. With the second highest being option 4, which is leave it to the director to decide, which I think is very sweet. We have English being the highest as option number 4, which is, honestly, leave it to the director to pick. Yeah, I think that's pretty much most of the EN opinion. The second EN opinion being use a different brush calligraphy font similar to the previous version that was used by Ryoshu. We have JP at a staggering 48.4%, similar to Korea. At number 2, using a different calligraphy font. Their second highest is also leave it to the director. Then we have other, which was also 49.2%, use a different calligraphy, and equally so, their opinion is leave it to the director. So, pretty much everyone either agrees change the calligraphy font or let Kim Ji-hoon decide, which I think is very nice. But also probably a bit too much stress on the director, in my personal opinion. Glory to Kim Ji-hoon, of course. The following is a breakdown of if we were to change the font of the scabbard, what direction would you prefer question. Use a different brush calligraphy font similar to previous used at 40.6%, had the most votes, and leave it to the director to decide at 28.9 was the second. Once we broke it down language by language, approximately 50% of our managers preferred direction 2, the brush calligraphy font. Among English-using managers, leave it to the director to decide at 38 was the most voted option, but the brush calligraphy font option had also significant weight. I think that makes sense. As I said before, as a person who only speaks English and I do not understand Chinese characters, I have no way into it besides it looks nice to my eyes, not how it reads. My personal pick was leaving it to the director to decide or change the brush calligraphy. I think it's less that it's less of a I don't care what happens anyway. It's I trust the director to pick something that will better suit all of the players' needs. It's Chinese characters. Yes. So next we have font improvement direction. So we're actually going to see what they actually decided to do. According to the survey results, preferences regarding the current version of the font were roughly split down the middle. But it also led us to conclude that the current font may not come across as appropriate for a large portion of our managers. Also, as the words that are carved into Ryoshu swords are written in Chinese characters, we would like to proceed in a direction that looks most like natural and appropriate for users who are primarily familiar with them. Based on your responses, with the February 19th scheduled update, we will be updating the font to something similar to Ryoshu's previous brush calligraphy font. Okay, and that is the decision that they have decided to do. They will be adjusting it something more similar to previously Ryoshu's. So we're talking about mid-dungeon yet? That'll be next. Will be soon. So, pretty much, yeah, they've decided to just go with something more similar to than what they had before. Obviously, more similar, right? Not exactly one for one. I trust their judgment over it. As I said, to my monkey eyes, everything looks pretty. It does not affect me whatsoever. But then we also have another massive set of patch notes. JP localization text issues. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who might follow me also as well use JP text. Apparently, we have identified numerous instances where the JP version of text descriptions were different from the Korean and English versions. The issues listed below will be fixed on the February 19th update. Please continue reading for more details. Furthermore, in order to prevent any future mistranslation issues for the parts concerned, we have added to our localization process an additional proofreading stage based on the compiled list of in-game string tags, official skill phrases, and important terminology. Through this measure, we will strengthen our screening process to identify and prevent missing texts, mistranslations, misplaced tags. We apologize for the inconvenience. Now, as you can see here, Mole Office Yisang skill 1, Fell Bullet Awakening Ego Corrosion skill, Sunshine Yisang Ego Corrosion skill, Blade Lineage also Faust skill 1, High Shot Pack Mouth Faust defensive skill, Everlasting Faust Update 3 and 4 Corrosion skill, Everlasting Faust Tremor of Everlasting, Command Meltdown Faust Update 3 and 4 Awakening skill, LCB Sitter Don Combat Passive, Electric Screaming Don Ego Corrosion skill, Red Sheet Don Coda Ego Corrosion skill, LCCB Manager Ryosho skill 1, Red Eyes Open Ego Passive, Contempt or Ryosho Awakening and Corrosion skill, Blade Lineage Mental Manager skill 1 and 2, Regret Most Awakening skill, DHE South Section Honglu Force skill 1, Quad Hapu Keith skill 3, W Corp Elf Kidnap 4, Heathcliff Compat Passive, Yusin Yada Tad Heathcliff Ego Corrosion skill, Quad Captain skill 2, and Corp Milhammer Rodion Support Passive, Dishi South Support, Rodion Combat Passive, Sanguine Desire Rodion Ego Awakening skill, Impending Day Sinclair Ego Corrosion, Dawn Office Sinclair Passive, Withering Heights Butler Chief Otis Combat Passive, Barber of Lamention Otis, Tingling Starblade Scissor Effect, Pathos Mathos Ego Passive, Dimension Shredder Otis Passive, High Show Pack Sea Branch Gregor Skill 3, Garden of Goats, Gregor Awakening Skill, Garden of Thorns Corrosion Skill, Ego Exclusive Pour of Wrath, Ego Exclusive Effect Beheaded Heathcliff, Exclusive Effect Affection and Hatred, Exclusive Effect Faded Promise, and that's it. So as you can see, a lot of translation fixes. Okay, so that was quite a lot. Obviously, I can't tell what they say. Now read it. No, I don't know what they say. Apparently, there's some major things. Honestly, guys, translation issues are always going to be a problem because, one, they are Korean. It would be kind of the same as, like, me doing something and trying to translate to another language. Translating is hard, guys. It is a very hard, and more so hard, it is incredibly lengthy process. That takes a lot of time to do. I understand that there's a lot of problems, but shit, there were apparently a lot of problems. Again, I can't tell what was changed. I am sure that any JP viewers or JP players can adjust that. Can't they externalize it? No, this is all. I'm pretty sure they all do this in-house. I'm pretty sure all the translations are done in-house. Don't quote me on that. Because yeah, they have in-house translations. Yeah, it is incredibly hard, incredibly lengthy, but there were a lot of issues. But good news! For all of our efforts, yes, me and you, having been affected by this problem that we did not even know that existed, we have been given 1300 lunacy. Now, obviously, I'm skipping a few of the bug fixes for a moment to talk about 1300 lunacy. So, yay! We're all getting 1300 lunacy! Yay! Woohoo! Congratulations, guys! We all deserve this. Now, obviously, going on to bug fixes and improvements, I will be quick with this. We have improved image displays that change after clearing Chapter 9. Obviously, that is talking about Ryoshu's sword. We have fixed an issue where the Ego Gift Once a Blessing was different from its description. Before, the effect applied when only a pierce skill hit enemy. The effect will now properly trigger in the turn after killing enemy per description. Relevant effect upgrading the gift n times per turn. N times per turn triggered separately for each identity. Once per turn for each identity. Okay, so piercing, whatever. Where fixed issue where slash, pierce, blunt, base attack skills gain clash power +2 effect of the Ego Gift Broken Sword and applied to all damage types. Oh my god, Broken Greatsword is OP. Fixed the issue where the effect of the Ego gift triggered more than 3 times per turn. Damn, a lot of these Ego gifts are strong. Fixed the issue where discard effect of the Ego discard would apply even when the discarded of the skills is triggered. Okay, interesting. Fixed the issue where the option to pay for the gear can affect even when the opponent has insufficient cost during the chariot event. We have an EN fix mixer translation where Satishi and Heart, once per turn for each character, including ego skills and counters, after once per turn for each character, including counter skills and excluding ego skills. Oh, interesting. It's very short, so we're just gonna talk about it. Mistranslation for the ego gift reminiscence. Blech. Prioritize identities that gain poise or count with their attack skills. Prioritize identities that gain poise, count with their attack skills. Improve UI so that the free refresh and cost refunded text pops up when using the shop refresh in the mirror dungeon. Cool. Implemented optimization to prevent lag when using an identity takeoff ticket. W. Fixed issue where keywords will not display via the identity. Awesome. And fixed issue where Rud Bubble alert would display when entering the mirror dungeon. Highlighted in the drive. W. And that's it. That is the main patch now, guys. Obviously, we have multiple patches here to talk about. This is just the first patch. All right. So we have a quick TLDR to talk about it before we move on to the mirror dungeon, because we're going to talk about mirror dungeon next, guys. Okay. Give you guys a quick TLDR. Okay. First things first, Hongyuan banner. Guaranteed anniversary that is going to be taken through the Hongyuan banner, which lets you pick an identity. Don't quote me on that. We have new mirror dungeon named the Mirror Dungeon of Names and Spiders. We have the survey results from the Kanto 9 Sheath Sword, which will now be changed to changing the calligraphy of the sword, and that will be updated this patch. We have a bunch of JP text fixes, which also include 1300 Lunacy, and a lot of mirror dungeon bug fixes. So, with all of that said, guys, it's time to move on to one of the main events of the patch. The new content. The Mirror of Names and Spiders. Or if you want to shorten it, Mirror of Spiders. Or if you want to shorten it even further, The Mirror. Or if you want to shorten that even further, MD. The new content, the Mirror of Dungeon 7, Mirror of Names and Spiders, will be added on the February 19th update. That is this week. Okay? This week. This upcoming Thursday. The 29th, right after the 26th of the 2nd, 19. As you can see here. I don't know why it's backwards for this one, but 26th year, 2nd month, 19th day. The requirement is obviously clear, Kanto 2, 19. With the introduction of the Mirror Dungeon 7, the Mirror of Names and Spiders, the Mirror of 6, Mirror of Mortality, will be closed. Theme Pack Compendium recorded from MD6 will not be reset. Hidden Boss Enemy Ego Gifts recorded from the 6 will be removed from the Ego Gift Compendium. The Hidden Bosses? Are they gonna change the Hidden Bosses every Mirror Dungeon? It is this Thursday. Hold on. Interesting. We'll come back to that. Only the normal difficulty will be added with the scheduled update. Once Mirror of the Names and Spiders updates, any Starlight acquired in the Mirror of Immortality will be removed and not carry over. However, as was the case in the Mirror of Immortality, because the new amount of Starlight obtained from the normal may be comparative, a certain amount of Starlight will be given by default, so all managers can start using the Starlight system immediately. The hard difficulty will be added at a later date. This is normal, guys. It always does this. Please note that the difficulty and balancing for certain enemies or ego gifts may be adjusted in the process. More detailed information about the hard difficulty will be released via a separate notice. Scheduled update. Major changes to the Mirror Dungeon systems will be deployed after the scheduled update. Therefore, with the end of the scheduled maintenance at 12, your Mirror Dungeon weekly bonus reset. Rewards for the Mirror Dungeon runs that remain incomplete before the 19th and the 10th will become inaccessible with the progress reset. So claim your rewards before the schedule maintenance begins. The Mirror of Immortality achievement progress and rewards will become unavailable when the Mirror of Names of Spiders is updated. Please note of this information, claim your rewards before the 19th scheduled maintenance. Progression. Let us see, guys, what is going to be added. Entering the dungeon, as it has been previously, does not cost any resources. However, you can spend Enkin Fallen modules at the end of your exploration to receive rewards. Enemy levels will be raised to 60. Certain Grace of Star effects will be updated. Added a function to one-click select all Graces of Stars and one-click enhance them all at once. Oh, Kim Ji-hoon! He made this for me! He made this for me. Oh my goodness, chat. It's so peak. 1 new theme pack and 4 new ego gifts will be added. With the hard difficulty update, new hard difficulty exclusives, theme packs, and ego gifts will be added. This is normal. Massive W of quality of life. That's actually crazy. That's great. Certain ego gifts will be adjusted. A new quality of life UI element will be added to the Mirror Dungeon shop. And gift sorting will be improved. Yes! Yes, we can sort the gifts. Oh my god, chat, do you know how long? That's the only thing in the game you can't sort. Everything in the game you could sort. But you could only sort ego gifts in a very specific menu. Oh my god, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be W. Creating your team. Create my team, Kim Ji-hoon. In normal difficulty, your identity levels will be fixed to 60. In hard, which will arrive at a later update, your actual identity levels will be reflected, and your current uptime and ego thread spins will also be reflected in the Mirror Dungeon, as it was previously. So guys, for the first week of Mirror Dungeon, you do not have to upgrade any of your IDs, because everything will be 60. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, look at that! Oh! Grace of Star and Name of Spiders. The Grace of the Immortal Star will be replaced with the Grace of the Star, Names of Spiders. From Grace of the Star of Names and Spiders, you can obtain Grace of Stars with special effects by spending the Starlight. Damn. If you don't purchase the Grace of Stars, you can obtain the remaining sum either from Starlight bonus or your team or the reward upon clearing the Mirror Dungeon. That is a very pretty aesthetic. Oh, there it is! There's the auto and select all auto enhance. Oh, that's so W. Ooh, that's a lot of Starlight. Selecting the Star of Graces consumes your starting Starlight and buffs, and then you will tap into Starlight reserves only when you exceed that amount. You may not be able to select a Grace if you have insufficient Starlight and bonuses. We will also analyze this to see if there's any differences so far. Here we go. Oh. Grace of the Star of Names and Spiders. Certain effects of the interstellar travel and perfected possibility will be changed. Okay, probably because these things are OP as fuck. Interstellar travel. As this Grace effects become increasingly less usable the longer the game is played, we've adjusted it to ensure its long-term usability of the Mirror Dungeon. W? Let's read, shall we? Interstellar Travel Plus. When choosing a theme pack for the first time in floor 501, gain 1 Clash power-up in its combat encounters. The new effect, if 45 theme packs are unlocked in the theme companion pack, Clash Power 1! When choosing a new theme pack in the 4-3 gain 3 Clash power-up and combat powers plus. If 45 are unlocked in the theme pack, Clash Power 2 for free! Oh, I'm eating so immaculately well right now. Oh, that's actually such an amazing buff. technically you lose 1 clash power if it's your first time doing it, like if you've done it for the first time. But the fact that it stables out to simply be 2 forever, this is a very cheap passive. Like, it's like, this is not an expensive passive. So 2 clash power up permanently is really nice. That is a really W change. Perfected Possibility. As this grace effect of obtaining additional ego gifts felt less cost-effective compared to the other graces, we added a new effect that gives vestige-type ego gifts. What? Perfected Possibility. Upon entry, you gain 1 dark vestige. Perfected Possibility plus. Upon entry, gain 1 dark vestige and 1 faint vestige each. Perfected plus plus. Upon entry, gain 1 dark, faint, and twinkling vestige each. Did he just buff my keywordless runs? Guys, did I just get... Guys, am I getting... My keywordless runs are getting buffed. Pardon me? Hello? Buffed keywordless runs. Oh my goodness, my director just cannot stop winning, bro. I can't stop winning. When using the Grace of Stars, Perfected Possibility, you can now refresh the list of ego gifts. Oh my goodness. When Perfected Possibility is activated, you can spend Starlight to refresh the choice of tier 3 gifts that are given upon entering the dungeon. However, no other ego gifts apart from those that may appear from the specific pool will appear. If there are only 3 selectable tier 3s in said keyword, the refresh will not be available. If there are 2 or fewer tier 3 gifts in the said category, tier 2 gifts may also appear upon refreshing. Please note that Ego Gift Refresh function will not ask you to confirm if you would like to refresh. It will immediately apply upon pressing the button. Okay. I don't think I've ever wanted this. Like, I don't think I've ever needed this. But, okay. Hell yeah. I wonder if... no other gifts apart from those may appear from the specific pool. So it's like, if you enter, you could get like... I could see it. I could see this. You know what? More shit to refresh on. There's literally no downside. If they're giving us this, that means they're going to make the early game harder. That's my prediction. A new option to select or enhance all of the Grace of Stars at once will be added. Press the Select All Graces button. Upon the bottom right corner of the Grace of Stars, Grace of the Star of Names and Spiders. I gotta get used to saying that. Well, I don't call them I'll just say the Graces. To select all of the Graces, and then press the Enhance All Plus and Enhance All Plus Plus to enhance them all. Please note that Enhance All button does not select the Graces. Please either pick and choose what you'd like to activate or press the Select All button. That is true. Yeah, I think the more gifts we get, it upscales. I think that's fair. I think the more you get, the more it upscales. Now, starting ego gifts. Please tell me you changed all of them. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, director. Shake up the meta a little bit. Shake up the meta. Upon entering the mirror dungeon, the player will be presented with ego gift keyword category to choose from. Starting ego gifts are fixed for each keyword, and you can select as many new ego gifts as you're allowed to select within each category. Also, the gifts of the keyword you select will be more frequent during the run. It does not look like the starting gifts are changed, but that is always something that can happen later on. We still have Slash Pierce and Blunt, which is very nice. Sometimes they remove Slash Pierce and Blunt and then they added it later. Advanced Ego Search still exists, as you can see here. You still have Advanced Ego Search. But the starting ones are the same. I'm kind of hoping they change the starting buffs. I would like a fresh new assortment of starting ego gifts, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. Ooh. This looks pretty. Have they fixed the blue one? Yeah, they fixed that like 2 weeks ago. Ego Gift Search. After selecting your starting gift, you will be brought to the Ego Gift Search screen, where you can obtain up to 3 additional Ego Gifts of your choice. Each Ego Gift selection will increase the price of the next choice. Ego Gift Search becomes available only when the active Gift Search option is toggled on, and your starting Ego is selected from the menu. I hope... Here is my opinion on the Ego Gift Search. I think this is one of the best things to come in the game. However, I have one issue with it. It spoils new stuff added to the mirror dungeon. and also theme packs. So in my personal opinion, I would change this, right? I would change the gift search to be only when you acquire the gift in a run and unlock it in your compendium, do you get the ability to pick it from the start. I think that incentivizes, as a new player, you come in, you don't know what any of these do. You're going to be swamped, right? So I think the way it should go is as you play the game, you're going to unlock everything anyway, right? You're going to unlock anything anyway. You will eventually going through the mirror dungeon. And as you unlock the stuff, you can then go through the search menu at the beginning and take that into the battle, right? And it kind of incentivizes you to run little teams. Imagine you go through the run, as an example, and you go through like LCE. And like, say you go through Hell's Kitchen and LCE, right? And you unlock a bunch of burn and rupture gifts. So then you're like, oh, I could start the run and make a bunch of burn teams. So I'll start with like a burn team. You're not gonna have enough. You start with 300 Starlight. You can spend Starlight on this realistically if you don't understand what it is, right? It's like, obviously guys, for 90% of you guys who have everything unlocked like me, right? It will not affect you. But I like the experience of unlocking things. So I think if they change that, that would be cool. What they should do is they should show it to you blacked out. Like, they should show you that there's 3 gifts, right? But you can't click on them, it won't let you. It'll say not unlocked, not unlocked. So you can see visually the gifts that are there, right? Like, you can see the gifts, but you can't access them. So that will let you go, oh, I'm missing 2 rupture gifts. I don't know where I can get them. Oh, that, I see it looks a little bit like, oh, that rupture gift looks like Z-Tune's little spring cultivation thing. I'll go to the spring cultivation pack, you know? So that's what I think would be, I think would be nice. That might come in hard mode. That's like my personal opinion. Yeah, like don't have them disappear, but just have them be blacked out and you can't click them. I think that would help a lot with new players, and it wouldn't affect old people. So, anyway, oh yeah, onward. Selecting theme packs. Select a dungeon theme to explore upon entering the new floor. Choose a theme pack by selecting the pack of your choice and dragging it downward. Major change. 1 new theme pack has been added to the Mirror Dungeon 7 normal difficulty. Ooh, I wonder what's been added. Ooh, I wonder. I wonder. Are we talking about IK? Yeah, no, kit's at the very end. We're talking about the Mirror Dungeon update right now. Any teasers? Any secrets? Okay, the new theme pack is not on floor 1. We've discovered that. This is the theme pack search. I'm actually surprised they're keeping theme pack search in normal mode. This is the theme pack search. The function accessibility by pressing the search button. Using this function, you can spend Starlight to search for and select the theme pack of your choice. However, note that the selected theme pack is limited to what is available on your current floor. This is good. Again, I said theme pack search is like one of the best things ever. Theme pack observation fees rise with every use. Searching and selecting a new cost will cost more Starlight. I think that's fine. You don't have to change that. Now, you might tell me, oh, but why would you change the starting gift but not the theme pack? Well, because at least for this one, you have to spend more Starlight on it. And also, RNGing for a theme pack that you don't have yet is a little bit annoying. So being able to pick an unknown pack, you're spending resources for that, I think that's fine. Starting it with a gift that you've never unlocked and don't even know what it does, I think it's a little bit cheap. So, I much prefer this. You can even raise the cost of it if you want. You're supposed to incentivize to play it multiple times. You can make a 75% Starlighter one. Hell, you can even make a double. But keep it at 50%. I think that's fine. I'm going to piss the least amount of people off. Ooh, look at the background. That is a sick fucking background. Damn. Upon selecting the theme pack of your choice, you will select a stage to begin the known and combat encounters or choice events. Shop. You can spend your cost at the shop to purchase ego gifts, or use one of its many useful services for progressing through the Mirror Dungeon. Wait a minute. I don't think you're supposed... Hold on, that's new. Major change. A new UI element has been added to the top right corner of the shop that you can view your current identity loadout. Okay, Alright. This is also a problem that had in Mirror Dungeon. You could not see your loadout unless you clicked the team button, which will let you see your loadout. Okay? That was a little quirk. That's a little quirk of the Mirror Dungeon. And if you didn't have the money, you couldn't see your team loadout. So you had to remember, fuck, what is my deployed identity? How many Rupture users did I have? Whatever. So that's really good. That should have been there from the start, but you know what? We'll take it. W, quality of life. You can see your team. It helps you pick gifts. Cool. W. Ego gift sorting will be improved for enhancing, selling, and fusing ego gifts. In Sell and Fuse, Vestige gifts will be sorted to the top of the list, and in Enhanced gifts, they will be sorted at the bottom of the list. In Enhanced, Sell, and Fuse, the game will now sort them by tiers by default. A new sorting category, Recent, will be added, yes! Oh my goodness, a Recent category is like the best thing. I'm only going to be using the Recent category. I will only be using the Recent category. That's like the most important thing. You can see everything you've gotten in the last, and now I won't miss stuff because it's in the fucking side corner, or it's like a blunt thing I picked up and it's like hidden in the corner. I'll just go Recent. Boom, 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 boom. Last fucking 10 things you see. Absolutely massive. Really good. When an ego gift has been purchased, it will automatically be moved to the bottom of the list of ego gifts in your shop. Pardon me? The location of Vestige gifts will not be affected by your sort order. In Sell and Fuse, they will be fixed to the top and enhanced at the bottom. The list of owned ego gifts will retain previous sort order, which is by Recent. When an ego gift has been purchased, it will go to the bottom of the list of the ego gifts in the shop. Oh, but they show it up here. I thought that, but the screenshot literally is showing the purchased gift being up top. So I assume what that means is this is supposed to be at the bottom here, and all the new gifts. I mean, that's amazing if that is I assume that is the case. Yeah, it won't stay at a specific. I assume it'll move down here. Probably when you back in and out, it'll change. I assume, which is really good because you always have to scroll, especially in the super shop. You always have to fucking scroll down. That's good. Okay, the screenshot doesn't show it. Maybe it shows in the next one. But yeah, that's better. Guys, so far, absolute W quality of life changes. Replacing skills. You can spend a certain amount of cost to replace the skills of your identities in your loadout. However, if you have completely removed the skill in favor of another in shop, that skill can no longer be replaced. In Super Shop, that may spawn on the hard difficulty, skill replacement for 2 identities will now be shown at once instead of appearing one after another. Also, identity skill search. Oh! Wait! Identity skill search, a function for you to pick and choose which identity skill you would like to replace will be added, yeah! Oh my god! You can search identities! Oh my god, that's genuinely... The game has changed. Genuinely game-changing. Holy fuck, that is actually massive. That is genuinely... So not only will you now see both skills at once, but you can pick them. Dude, no longer hoping for the 1 in 12. You had to sit there. You guys see me do it, where I have to sit there and refresh, refresh, refresh. Ah, there goes 900 fucking cost. Ah, there goes 900 cost. I just lost 900 cost because fucking Sinclair didn't want to show himself in the goddamn shop. That is that is crazy, dude. That is genuinely such a massive diff. Holy fuck, the quality of life is crazy. Major change. Now you can view the current number of copies each skill has in the skill replacement menu. Oh. It It just keeps winning. You can see it. You can see the costs. Oh, it just keeps winning. You just keep winning. We just keep winning. That is insanely good. That is nuts. Wishmaking. Holy fuck. Through wishmaking, you can spend Starlight to improve your fusion chance. I'm glad they're keeping this. This is also probably one of the best things they added. Each instance of wishmaking that uses the same amount of Starlight, regardless of how much times it's been activated. Depending on the number of ego gifts used, the forecast max out 99.99. This is one of the best things they've added. Wishmaking is genuinely W. I have no complaints about wishmaking. Encounter rewards! Each encounter has a certain chance to provide you with a selection of encounter reward cards. Higher difficulty dungeons, more floors, and higher difficulty encounters will yield higher floor value rewards. Yeah, I like encounter rewards. I wouldn't mind more cards added to them, but they can add that in time. Ooh, here we go. I'm seeing if they're going to change anything to do with trials. Select ego gifts and mounting trials upon each floor completion. Clear the floor to gain an ego gift of your choice. Selecting an ego gift will give you its linked effect, mounting trial and the enemy level up effect. Select the refuse gift to proceed without selecting any gift. However, please note a random mountain trial will be added regardless. Okay, they're still keeping that. Other skill was like, I never use it, but in one of my secret runs, I ended up using it in Cody, and she wouldn't stop getting skill 3s. So, to explain how it works, there are an amount, like you have an amount of skills. 3 skill 1s, 2 skill 2s, and 1 skill 3. You take away, let's say skill 1, you take away 1 skill 1 to make a skill 3, meaning you have 2 skill 1s, 2 skill 2s, and 2 skill 3s. Which, again, makes the frequency of them show up more and how many more show up. So you could fully replace all of your skill 1s to make skill 3s and just have pretty much all skill 3s. It's very good and honest, and it's probably one of the most important things to do if you're actually doing higher level mirror dungeon runs. Ego gifts are incredibly important, yes, but unironically, maybe equally, if not more important, is managing the sinners that you have skill swaps. But you need skill 3s. You need skill 3s, you need skill 2s. Typically skill 1s, you never really need. Very rarely is there a skill 1 you want more than a skill 2 or 3, but yeah. There are certain instances, like if an identity only applies a status on a skill 1, then yeah, you need to keep it. But typically, yeah. There's also achievements, which help a lot. Ooh, yes. 4 new ego gifts will be added to the game. The new ego gifts will appear starting from the normal difficulty. 2 blunt, 1 keywordless, 1 burn. 12! 4 new fusion ego gifts? Wait, with hard difficulty update, 12 new ego gifts and 4 new fusions and 4, so that's 16? That is thermal blades. That's thermal blades. Guys, that looks like you wish to become strong. Is that a you wish to become strong upscale? That's the 100-ton hammer. This is the 100-ton hammer that Heathcliff used at the end of Canon 9. This is the... I was going to say the Book of Vengeance. This is not the Book of Vengeance. This is just a book. I'm not sure what this is. But that is definitely Kira's swords. This is the blunt. This is probably the keyword list. I'm gonna make my predictions here. This is the keyword list. This is the blunt. This is the blunt. This is the burn. All right. That's my prediction. Keywordless, blunt, burn. Maybe a picture book. Oh, Rien picture book. Skin Proverb book. He already has a book. It could be. It could be. That's charge. There's no charge here. God Usopp reference. Skin Prophet already has a book. He has the book. It's the tier 1 burn. So this is going to be fire. These are going to be fire. And then obviously we have 12 new gifts, including 4 new fusions. So that's awesome. 4 new fusions, 12 new gifts. That's going to be sick. We're definitely going to be hunting that down. Certain ego gifts will be adjusted. Please read the ego gift adjustment section of this notice for more information. All right, guys, I'm very curious about this. Purchase costs for certain ego gifts will be adjusted. Combustion gloves cost change from 151 to 251. And spike combat boots cost change from 149 to 249. With the purchase adjustment card, sales will be adjusted accordingly as well. Yo, I'm sorry to you LCE fans. Yo, y'all got nerfed. Yeah, sorry guys, your burn and rupture gift got nerfed. How did it get nerfed? Yeah, you gotta spend $100 more now. Burn and rupture nerfed again, guys. They keep winning. They're too strong. Yeah, 4 new fusions and 12 new gifts in the hard mode. And there might be more as well. They usually say that, but there might be more. The 2 LCE fans. Yeah, I think that's you wish to become strong. Oh no, 100 more cost. We'll see what else. Wait, is that literally? Wait, is that the only thing that's adjusted? Wait, is that the adjustment? It's like, please read the ego gift adjustment section. Ego gift adjustment section. 100 more cost. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, that's it. No, all right, cool. Exploration complete and Starlight rewards. Upon completion, you can view your statistics and progress of the relevant Mirror Dungeon run. Starlight rewards. The following are ways to increase the amount of Starlight gained upon clearing the Mirror Dungeon. Clearing higher floors gives more Starlight. Clearing in hard gives more Starlight. Clearing Refraction Railway gives more Starlight. Select Starlight encounters, get more Starlight. Higher Starlight bonuses give you more Starlight. Wow. Major change. Any Starlight quite a middle automatically will move and not carried over. Okay, I assume... Oh, it's not it? Okay, cool. I knew this would happen. Fair enough. As was the case of the Mirror of Mortality, because of the amount of Starlight obtainable from normal, may feel comparatively small, a certain amount of starting Starlight will be given to default that all magic can start using in the system immediately. I know I have like 9,000 Starlight. It's better go down. But that's okay because this happens... This is a new thing. Like this, again, Starlight has always left every season. So it's not like a new thing. Other sources of Starlight. Starlight in the Mirror Dungeon resource can be attained via extractions in Yisang as well. Other sources of Starlight are, there is a single first-time opportunity to obtain Starlight from one of the following. Obtain a newly released 3-star extract. Within a certain period of time, obtain a 3-star extract. Ego. Within a certain period of time, obtain a new Yisang from the Yisang exchange. Okay, TLDR, if you get IDs in their fortnight period, you get 300 Starlight. TLDR, that's how it works. Doesn't matter how you get the ID. If you get Rien Sang 1 week after Rien Sang comes out, you get 300 Starlight. So, W. Extracting or obtaining the Yisang the same way, newly released monthly alternative will give you to that. So, absolutely W. But you remember, you have to pull it first. So, you have to have it first. So, if you pull it again after you extract. Oh, ego gift adjustments. Okay, here we go, chat. Let's see how this is. Please note the following gift changelog was written based on each gift's base unenhanced version. Any effect thus specified below has not changed. We will continuously be adjusting ineffective ego gifts in the upcoming update.
Yo, LUNACY.
My guess is made to order tier 1B octagonal bolt equals new ego gift please. It'd be peak. Also middle getting another ego gift like always smiling face with sunglasses middle finger purple heart.
Hey, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. I guess it's another middle upscale chat. What can I say? The greed of the middle to have 4+ identities. Ego gifts. Thank you so much. Pinpoint logic circuit. New. Cannot stack when move in Reg Heathcliff passive circuit wiring activates its effect. The effect does not activate on hit if target has 99 burn. Inflict 1 resonant egg once per entity 3 turns. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Cannot stack. When move in Reg, Heathcliff passive circle wiring activates. This effect does not activate on hit if target has 9. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's just a stack thing. Yeah. Okay. Resident Reg microchip W. Pain of Stifled Rage. Oh! No way. Effects apply only to 1 or 2 identities removed. Holy shit. Before, when inflicting burn or unique burn with a skill affected to an enemy that has burn or unique burn. After, when inflicting burn potency counter unique burn. Holy shit. When enhances effect activate 3 times per turn. Burn upscale! It's burn season. Ardent Flower. New. At 3 Wrath Resin. Skills that inflict burn potency. Count or burn gain clash power 1. At 3 Wrath Res or at 6 Wrath Res, gain 2 Clash Power instead. Ardent Flower. Hold on. This is peak. Guys, I think it's burn season. For free? For free? For free. WB Flask. Oh, dude. I've been curious about this one. Yeah, this is the burn tier 3 chat. This is the one that looks like Melania's Scarlet Rot. That's really good. That is really, really, really good. Yeah, that's a tier 3. WB Flasky is really cool, but it's really hard to use. Adjusted. On enemy kill, increase Blood Feast that killed the enemy. Max HP divided by 10, max 50. At turn, if ally has been defeated this turn, all allies gain 2 attack power up. Oh! We have updated the effect that used to activate only on death. Now on enemy kill, grants Blood Feast, and on ally death grants offense up. Okay, well, WB Flask is fucking goated now. Okay. Well, welcome WB Flask. Genuinely, now it's even better. Obviously, the restriction was before, this would only work if an identity with bleed was defeated, or you could use bleed. Now it just works on everyone. Absolute W. And now, you get Blood Feast if you kill someone. It was good only on Blood Fiends, but now it works on everyone, which is great. Respite. Oh my god. Removed effects apply to 1 and 2 deployed identities. Bleed upscale. I'm sorry? Contained maggots? Before, when using a gluttony skill, accept ego skills against an enemy. On hit with a lust or gluttony against enemy. Maggot upscale? Holy shit. Maggot. Wait, bloody miss. I see that there. Oh my god. Hold on. Maggot upscale first. Holy shit. Second, what's this? Bloody mist. Before, coin power 1 to all skills that inflict bleed potency or count. After, plus coin skills that inflict bleed potency or count or unique bleed gain coin power 1 and deal 30% damage. Respite is the tier 3 bleed gift. This is insanely goated, by the way. Okay, so it gets 30% flat damage on top of itself. But it only affects plus coin skills. Which... Were there even any negative identities that had... Wait! Enclair did. How does this work on Enclair now? That means this doesn't nerf Enclair anymore. Because when you used Enclair, it gave you... it made your coins worse. No, guys, no. The other way around. When you had plus coin skills, it turned your -7 to a -8, which was worse. That's bad. This now doesn't affect him, but he doesn't get the damage bonus from being deployed first. But he doesn't lose power. Yeah, he gets better from coins, but he doesn't get the bonus damage. So, yeah. That's not how math works. That is how ProjectMoon math works. Ego gives us wholeness. Before, N-Corp Fanatic identities deal 25% damage against targets with bleed. If said ally's SP is maxed. N-Corp Fanatic identity... Wait, please tell me this works on all N-Corp. N-Corp Fanatic deals gain final power 1. After, N-Corp Fanatic identities deal 25% damage against enemies if the said ally SP is maxed. Or if at 3 Lust Resin was formed last turn. N-Corp Fanatic identities gain final power 2. New. N-Corp Fanatic identities deal 50% damage against mechanical amalgamations. Enemies with base attack skills. Okay. It still doesn't affect the N-Corp duo. But holy shit, they do. They have more final power now. you get it more consistently, and you deal more damage to mechanical amalgamation. Guys, this is a mannequin downscale. Guys, the mannequins in CANTO 9 are mechanical amalgamations. This is a mannequin downscale, because that means N-Corp is going to be the best mannequin counter. Also, this is a KQE downscale too. So if you want fastest KQE kill time, maybe you bring N-Corp. Racism wins again. Ooh. Coveting Thorns. Okay. New. Encounter start, increase Blood Feast by 100. Okay, it's the best thing ever. Before, every 3 turns inflict 2 Gluttonous Thorns against the enemy with bleed. If all enemies or bleeds have bleed, click 4 Gluttonous Thorn. Okay, Gluttonous Thorn was good, but it was a little bit niche. Now you just get 100 Blood Feast at the start. That's fucking nuts on its own. But now, after turn start, inflict 2 Gluttonous Thorn against enemies or parts with bleed. If all enemies have blades, inflict 4 Gluttonous Thorns. Okay. So now it's just every start. Okay, so now every turn, you inflict Gluttonous Thorn. And now you just start with 100 Blood Feast. Okay, Blood Fiend's winning. Another Blood Fiend upscale. Artistic Sense. New. If the skill inflicts sinking potency or count, including unique or sinking, deal 10% damage in addition to the buff effect. Okay, so they deal 60% damage. This is a tier 4. This is a tier 4 from line 5 pack. Actually, is this the line 5 pack one, or is this the... yeah, this is the line 5 pack one. So Rian Yisang. So okay, I mean, 10% more damage is 10% more damage, Sha. I ain't gonna complain. Oh, Glass Pod. Dude, I'm curious what they're gonna do for this one. Before, if the target is at 45 SP, deal sinking potency on target divided by 5, gloom damage 3 times per skill. Deal sinking potency on target divided by 10, gloom damage 3 times per skill. So this just did more damage. After, if the target is at minus 45 SP, deal sinking potency on target divided by 2, gloom damage. Once per skill. Deal sinking potency on target divided by 2, gloom damage once per skill. New. If the skill that hit an enemy inflicts sinking, including count, unique, instead of dealing sinking potency on target gloom damage, deal sinking potency on target gloom damage. Each turn, this applies only to the first sinking infliction skill that hits. Okay. So they lowered the overall effect of this, but they made it better for sinking. Okay, so if you're a sinking unit, it's better. If you're not a sinking unit, it's worse. Pretty much. That makes sense. This is a sinking tier 4. So you use it when better when you have a sinking unit, worse when you don't have a sinking unit. Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah, they made the cap higher. Yeah. Old Dopo Robe. Before, yield my flesh final clutch power minus 12. Yield my flesh final power minus 24. Guys, this is literally, I don't know how to tell you all this. Remember when we did the yield my flesh run? And even with the fucking Dopo robes, I still kept winning clashes. I still kept winning the clashes. They look, some ProjectMoon fucking employee watched that stream and said, dude, that's fucked. How is this guy still winning clashes with skill 3, bro? This is an upscale because I also won clashes. We are definitely eating my flesh here. Also, I see Shadowbound Cannon. What the fuck is this? Before, turn start, gain 2 damage up and 2 fragile every turn. Turn start, gain 2 firepower and 2 delicatness every turn. The effect itself has not changed. While these new keywords effectively have the same effect as the previous damage up, they now overlap as they count as different source of damage. That's what I suggested. That's what I said. That's how I said it. I have proof. I have proof. If you go, guys, if you go to Sermonus's YouTube channel and you go and find the video where he flames the fuck out of Shadowbound Cannon, in the fucking comment section, I wrote what they could do is instead of changing it to Clash Power or Offense Up, make it unique damage. Right? Make it so it's separate. It goes over the cap. This goes over the cap. Me? Yes. I remember writing this. I wrote this comment months ago. I remember this, dude. And they did that. Instead of changing it to Offense Up, they made it so that it is separate from the cap. That is insane. Now, obviously, guys, yes, it is still too fragile. It is still 10 fragile on yourself. In fact, there is even a potential where you could even have more fragile on yourself. Right? But now, you pretty much have an extra 10% damage. Saved the Shadowbound Society. So now you can have 10 damage up and 10 firepower, which also is 10 damage up. And you could also have 20 fragile. So there you go. Ego adjustment. 200% damage up. Yeah, pretty much it gives you its own unique damage up and fragile, which is good. That's how they should probably do it. I mean, I'll take 200. I'll take 200% more. 20 fragile in extreme. If you're getting one shot anyway in extreme, then having 20 fragile doesn't change anything. For those, certain ego gifts will now have final power up effects to accommodate for minus coin skills. Holy shit. Also, guys, you're never getting more than, like, how are you getting more than fragile? You have to be hit with fragile attacks. For these skills, the pre-existing coin power will be written to plus coin power. Now these effects will grant base power or final power for minus skill coins. Bloody Mist now gives Oh. Well, never mind, guys. Bloody Mist is OP now for Enclair. Bloody Mist now gives base power plus 8 number of coins to the identity earliest in deployment. Imitative Generator now also gives base power plus 4 number of coins if the base power is below 5. Well, there you guys go. Enclair is saved in the Bloody Mist team. Ego gifts that now give base power plus 4 of coins, minus 1 round down, affect minus coin skills. Soothe the Dead, Devotion, Bloody Mist, Eerie Effigy, Reminiscence, Imitative Generator, Automated Joints, Overcharged Battery, Perpetual Generator Servo, High-Powered Jewel. Ego gift that now gives base power. Pocket Watch, type L, E, Y, and P. Ego gifts that give final power. Lucky Pouch. So all of this now affects minus coin skills, guys. So that's pretty much... Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. No Ruin. Alright. And then we have... Screenshot view. What the fuck was that? Upcoming adjustments and improvements. What the fuck? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I just saw something here. 3 new theme packs. 3 new theme packs will be added with the hard difficulty update. New ego gifts. 12 new ego gifts will be added with the hard difficulty, and 4 new fusions will be added. Cursed and Blessed ego gifts? The current name for these gifts are Cursed and Blessed. Are placeholders for ease of understanding. The name will be changed. I'm fucking sorry? The fuck is a cursed gift? 3 cursed ego gifts and 3 blessed ego gifts will be added with the new hard mode update. Cursed gifts provide only negative effects. However, upon meeting conditions, they will be replaced by blessed that provide positive effects. Quest ego? We got side missions in the mirror dungeon. Cursed gifts are obtainable only via the choice event With a set chance to appear? Yo, guys, you know we are doing a... Yo, guys, welcome to the live stream. We're doing a cursed ego gift only run. We have to complete the mirror dungeon with only cursed ego gift. It's free content. But also, it's a set chance to appear, so it's not a guaranteed thing. So this is this the new wealth? It's more like is this EX gifts? These might be EX gifts. New choice events. New choice events that give new ego gifts will be added with the hard mode update. Quality of life improvements. We are planning to gradually update the following improvements. Please note that update may be period for each of the improvements may vary. Added a UI element to alert the user that all ego gifts required for a fusion have been obtained. Oh! As well as a function to fuse them right away. Oh! That's useful. That's really useful. Add a UI element asking if the user would like to deploy additional healing when healing sinners in the shop. That's useful. That's really useful. Okay. Add a UI element that adds more sorting options, such as filters to review specific ego gifts. W. Added a UI element in theme pack selection to view detailed info for the featured bosses. W. So you can wait. Can you actually view the bosses now in the theme packs? That is a fucking massive W, if that's what that means. Add a UI element to highlight theme pack exclusive gifts. W! How many W's can they get? I have not seen a single L. Add a UI element to maximize an ego gift's enhancement level with the press of a button. W! Less button clicks. Dude, this is a mobile Limbus company upscale if I've ever seen one. Holy shit. Added a UI element in the theme pack compendium to show which floor each theme pack is featured in. Oh my god. I haven't seen a single L. I haven't seen a single L. Adjust the location of the skip button when entering choice events. Add the ability to move between mirror dungeon nodes by using direction keys and the enter key on the Steam version. Keyboard only Limbus. I might have to do keyboard only Limbus company. You can fucking use the direction keys. You can. That might be hype. That might be fire as fuck. Add a warning pop-up window when not all gifts have been selected. Okay, that's fair. I've had that happen sometimes. That's W. Keybind macros. That's a PC upscale. Parallel superposition and mirror of projection achievements. The parallel superposition mode will be added, unlocking mirror dungeon floor 6 to 10. Mirror projection achievements will be added gradually. New extreme packs and extreme exclusive ego. The extreme mode will be added, unlocking mirror dungeons floor 11 to 15. New packs and ego gifts will be added. New hidden bosses and hidden boss exclusives. New extreme exclusive hidden bosses. Wait. Wait. I'm sorry. Whoa. I skipped that. Extreme exclusive ego gifts. That's separate from boss ego gifts. New extreme exclusive hidden bosses ego gift rewards for defeating them will be added. Wait, that's separate than this. That means that this is separate, right? That unless they're combining that together. Because this is implying that ego gifts have there are new ego gifts in extreme, and then the bosses have their own ego gifts. Oh, wow. That is... Wow. And that's it. Holy shit. Okay. What a fucking fire update. Oh my god, the amount of QRL, the amount of extra bonuses. And we don't even have hard mode yet, because you gotta remember, guys, hard mode will also add a bunch of new stuff. They don't show everything they add in hard mode. Like, obviously, that's like some of the stuff. I'm this cursed and blessed ego gifts, bro. Hello. Also, they're removing all of the old bosses and they're replacing them. So it looks like every season chat is gonna have, as far as I can tell, their own unique boss gifts. So, guys, I don't think there's gonna be there's no more Lei Heng, no more Dad. Obviously no more Kamui candy, no more middle, but we're getting new ones. I don't know if they're gonna replace the old ones, as in like they take the place, but maybe. If there is, I swear to fuck, if I enter. Oh, they're taking them out of the companion because they're hidden? Oh, okay. Okay. No. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me then. So, okay, the gifts still exist, but you don't see them in the compendium. Okay. That's my bad. Guys, if I open fucking Mirror Dungeon Extreme, and I enter a fight, and I see the fucking last night, I'm gonna tweak the fuck out. Yeah, it's probably for new achievements. Okay, there's a lot to go over in this. We're gonna start all the way from the beginning, chat. Okay, we have a lot to discuss. I'm gonna go over everything we said. All right, I'm gonna go everything and give you a little TLDR. So, number 1, achievements. And what's the word? Achievements and your rewards. Okay? Will be gone. Okay? Achievements and rewards will be gone. Make sure you claim that shit before it ends. Normal will be added first. This always happens. Normal is usually always 1 week or 2 weeks in, and then the next patch is over. Normally, it's 1 week of normal mode, and then hard mode comes. Note, you can claim a double reward. Alright? You can claim double the reward for your mirror dungeon. Alright? So make sure you, okay, claim your fucking mirror dungeon before the patch starts. Ahem. We have level 60 enemies. Changed, I'm gonna honestly say buffed grace effects. Quality of life grace effects. New theme packs and ego gifts. Adjusted ego gifts. Quality of life UI improvements. And sorting. Speaking of, we have buffed graces. Interstellar travel has been buffed. I'm just gonna say it's just a flat buff. It's just a flat buff overall. And perfected possibility is also getting a flat buff. Then we have UI enhanced, so you can UI buff all of the select all button, which is very nice. We have starting ego gift. Okay, that's all the same. Gift search is the same. This is the same. This is the same. Encounters are the same. Shop is the same. But new shop, you can now check the loadout. All right. You can now check the loadout, which is very good. Then you also have the vestiges. As you said, you can have vestiges, so you have your vestiges. All of this sorting thing is really good. All of this is really good. Skills are getting massively buffed. Okay? Massive buffed. So you can see your skills, you get all your skills at once, you can skill search. Fucking massive. Will Starlight turn to thread? No. Encounters are the same. Rewards are the same. Claw completion is the same. New ego gifts are here. Purchase costs for 2 LCE ego gifts have been changed. Starlight's the same. Starlight will not be carried over into the new one. Will there be new hidden bosses? Yes, there will be new hidden bosses. Starlight is not carried over. A lot of ego gifts got adjusted. Pinpoint, let's see. Pinpoint got fixed. Pain of Stifle Rage got buffed. Ardent Flower is buffed. WP Flask is buffed. Respite is buffed. Maggots is buffed. Bloody Mist is buffed. Wholeness is buffed. Coveting Thorn is buffed. Artistic Sense is buffed. Refraction Glass Pod is buffed if you're a sinking unit, but lowered if you're a non-sinking unit. Dopo Robe is buffed. Shadowbound Cannon is buffed. Still a buff. All gifts... tier 4 Gigo gifts will be accommodated for minus coin skills now. So tier 4 gifts will now accommodate minus coins. The ones that are going to be accommodating that are... Soothe the Dead, Devotion, Bloody Mist, Eerie Effigy, Reminiscence, Imitative Generator, Automated Joints, Overcharged Battery, Perpetual Generator Servos, Heart Powered Jewel. These are not all tier 4s, but these are all encounter gifts. Okay? Then we also have Pocket Watches, all the Pocket Watches, and Lucky Pouch. So, W. Then, for a little bit of a hot fire, we got 3 new theme packs. We got a whole bunch of ego gifts. More than 12 ego gifts. We have fucking cursed and blessed ego gifts, which are kind of like quests that you have to complete in the mirror dungeon to get rewards. They are strictly negative, but if you beat the condition, you will get a positive effect. You have new choice events, and I think they're going to act like I think they're going to act like EX gifts, where they have a chance to appear. Maybe not a 1% though. Please, Kim do not fucking make it a 1%. Cursed gift run only. We have quality improvements. I will fire off everything here. We got alerts for fusing. Alerts for fusion recipes and a instant fuse function for shops. We have extra healing in the shop as a UI function. We have UI that allows you to sort filters for specific ego gifts. Fucking W. We have theme pack selection to UI assortment to search featured bosses. UI element to highlight theme pack exclusives, gifts. UI element to maximize enhancement levels with a single button. UI elements in the theme pack companion to show flaws. Adjusted the skip button in dialogue events. Moving between the nodes with the arrow keys and the enter button. Fucking keyboard controls on my Limbus company. And a warning pop-up if you have not selected ego gifts. Parallel superposition and... okay, achievements will be added. And superposition mode will be added after hard mode, most likely. And then Extreme will also now have its own ego gifts and will also be new packs that are added after. And there will be new hidden bosses and new hidden exclusive ego gifts. And there you go. That is the Mirror of House and Spiders, which this is already... Now, remember, chat, it is entirely possible that these things can not only be adjusted, but massive changes can happen. For reference, if you guys don't remember, because maybe Mirror Dungeon 7 was your first event, but the Starlight system here, right, the Star Pack system, the Graces, this system was entirely reworked after the new Mirror Dungeon 5 came out. After Mirror Dungeon 5 came out, the whole thing got adjusted again. Or was it MD6? I'm pretty sure it was MD5 that happened. So, this didn't used to be like this, and then they added this, so everything can always change. The fact that they can just change entire mechanics when it happens, usually for the positive. So they might add an entire new mechanic. Theme pack, like theme searching and starting selection were not included. So they could add a whole bunch of new stuff. And it's very, very good. So, yeah. Pretty much all W. Yeah, they can overhaul anything, and they usually also don't tell you stuff they add. So there could be more stuff. What are my thoughts and opinions on this? Overall, Fucking massive W. So far, they're keeping the theme pack system. They're keeping all of the search functions, all of the little QLL with like search gifts, theme searching. They're letting you see more information. They're letting you sort more stuff. So much button presses that you don't have to do anymore. They're fixing the skip button. They're fixing the shop UI. Holy shit. Like an absolute fire update. How evil is 11 and 15 about to be? Yeah, that's what I want to know, guys. What I want to know is how fucked are we? I hope it's difficult. I hope it's difficult. I want it to be hard. I want hard. I want infinite. I want extreme to be hard. Okay? I'm just saying. But yeah. That's gonna be a lot. I will not lie to y'all. That is gonna be a lot. No, that's not burn particles. That's just his hit stun effects. He has hit stun effects where you see little red flames. So far from the Mirror Dungeon of 7, massive W, no elves. You want to know what else is a massive W? Probably what you've been waiting for this whole time. That's right, you guys have probably been sitting here. When will he stop yapping about the patch notes or the Mirror Dungeon and get to the real content? House of Spiders Index Nurse Father Yusang. So, let's talk about it, shall we? I am going to go through and read out everything to do with this kit. Once I read everything out for you guys, I will then discuss with you guys. I will then inform you. And then we will talk ideals. First things first. Yes, this is the first 3-page identity in the game. Well deserved for the GOAT Yisang. Number 2. This guy is fucking cracked. Let's read about that. We have Gluttony Blunt 2 coin. Enwrap 330 times in long swaths of frozen blood. X minus karmic consequences divided by Y% chance to produce a blunt weapon. Coins using blunt weapons will deal Z% damage. If the skill is marked with Mark of the Prescript, you will gain Clash Power and deal more damage. You will gain Coin Power for every poise on self and sinking on the target. On use, convert coins equal to Unlock Stage minus X Unbreakable coins, beginning with the final coin. On use, you will gain Poise Count, and on the second hit, you will gain Poise Potency and inflict sinking on a uncracked coin. So far, a few things to note. 1, he does have a weapon swapping mechanic. This will be obviously discussed in the passive. 2, he is a poise sinking identity. Number 3, he has an unbreakable coin gimmick. Is he going to be 3 statuses or 2? Most likely, he will... In Mirror Dungeon, he will account for poison sinking only. Most likely. Then we have the second skill. 3 coin Pride Pierce. Revel with soundless applause. Impale in voiceless sorrow. Again, karmic consequences divided by Y% chance to produce a Pierce weapon. Coins using Pierce weapons will deal more damage. If the skill is marked with Mark the Prescript, you will gain Final Power. Gain Coin Power for every poise on self and sinking on target. On use, you will convert, again, coins equal to unbreakable coins, beginning with the last coin. On use, gain Poise. The second coin will inflict sinking, and the third coin will gain Poise count, and on hit without cracking, sinking count. Okay? Again, pretty good, pretty decent, nothing wrong with that. The biggest thing is the weapon swapping gimmick, which you'll see in the passive. But then we have the big one. A 4-coin gloom slash skill. Raise and laugh the blade. Pry the waterfall like the scent of fallen leaves. Turn start. Again. Or actually, not again. Turn start. At X Procuration Hermes. Change this skill to Furioso Replica. Prioritize the skill in the leftmost slot bottom row on the dashboard. Before use at less than X Procuration Hermes, use as a skill 3 at a % chance to produce a slash weapon. Coins using slash will deal more damage. If the skill is marked with Mark of the Prescript, you will deal more damage. You will gain coin power for every poise and sinking. And once more, you will convert unbreakable coins, beginning with the last coin. You will gain poise count on use and extra poise potency, depending on your unlock stage. You will gain poise on your second hit, sinking on the third hit, and the fourth hit. You will deal more damage depending on your unlock, gain poise count if you crit, and inflict sinking count if you did not lose the clash. So very simple. On a completely flat basis, he is incredibly similar to Dawn. Okay? He is very similar to Dawn. Pretty much. With a few exceptions being the Procuration Hermes, and obviously he has Furioso. Oh, also he gains unbreakable coins. Now we have an evade. Guys, welcome to evade season. Is it that they have 4 skin affinities? Yes, he has a lot of sin affinities. Next we have the second evade in the game. That's right, the second evade ever in the entire game. At unlock stage, gain coin power. Combat start, you gain poise count. On evade, you gain poise potency. Turn end at below Y stage, you will activate the following effects. Unlock Y stage, and if Grace of the Prescript is less than X, you will raise the stack to Y and gain consequences. This is exactly like Don Quixote, where if you don't know, if you are underneath a certain unlock stage, it will automatically put you to the next unlock stage. Okay? So, for instance, a trophy skill. Ignore that. If you, for whatever reason, can't do it, yeah, pretty much use it to speedrun when you're already at max. Pretty much, or use it in case you can't actually fulfill your prescript. Because if you can't fulfill your prescript, you might as well just use this, it's better. Instead of having to hit 3 times to fulfill your prescript, you can just do 1 evade. It's combat start as well. Well, this is turn end, so. Yeah, use it in unfocused encounters, pretty much. And now we have the elephant in the room. This is not a 2-coin with reuse coins. This is not a 1-coin with 7 or 8 reuses. This is 9 coins. Base. Furioso Replica is a 9 base coin. Wrath slash skill. Unimagining Galoppo. I'm about to hit him with this. With unfocused volley. The rules are simple. Only 1 copy of this skill can exist on the dashboard. If the skill is marked with Mark of the Prescript, it will deal more damage. Note, this skill's coin power does not change. However, for every coin power increase you would get, you would instead gain final power and deal more damage. The skill is not affected by Paralyze. You will gain final power for every poison sinking. Combat start. Convert all coins to unbreakable. Inflict sinking or gain poise with every hit of this skill. This is very important, by the way. You do not gain Hermes for this turn. On use, you can gain clash power, meaning yes, this is a clashable skill. So 1 plus coin means 3 power. That would be crazy. Immune to paralyze, -9 count. Oh, don't worry, it gets better. First of all, you can clash with this skill because it has clash power. Second, you will also gain poison count. Yippee. Secondary, after the attack, you will inflict burn, bind, and fragile to all targets hit. Equally, you will also consume all your Procreation Hermes. Does it only deal slash? No. I'm pretty sure only the final coin will deal slash damage. But congratulations, chat. Welcome to burn season. As you can see here on the 9th coin, I can't believe we have to actually use the fucking Roman numeral 9 for this. Weapon assigned to this coin is Victor's Scythe. You will deal more damage on crit, and you will inflict sinking count without cracking. So, only the last coin, okay, is fixed, and it's the Scythe. Now, we will come back to this skill, because this skill also gets buffed. That's right, this skill will get buffed, and we'll figure out why very soon. Now we have 5 passives to read through. Jesus Christ. But it's kind of very simple. Because here is the prescript device. This is exactly how the index work. It's literally 1 for 1 and exactly like Don Quixote and Faust. He has 4 prescript device levels. He inflicts the target, he gets a mark. Use the mark, get grace of the prescript, get buff at a certain thing, unlock the device, fulfill the prescript, get the target, you win. Exactly the same thing. Then, the effects that he gets from being the Oracle proxy. If you execute the prescript, you get SP, you get grace. Yippee! If you fulfill the prescript with the mark, you get even more SP and grace. Yippee! If you have a certain unlock stage, you will upgrade your device. And if you have Hermes, you will have even more SP. If you fucked up your prescript, you get karma consequences. And more importantly, at a certain grace of the prescript level, you will gain the unlock states. The unlock states, at a certain one, will give you Shin. So free Haki. This will most likely be the same as Don Quixote's. It is most likely unlock 3. Here is the other passive, about his index. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, you will gain the Wound Casing Mask. If this unit was staggered for the first time, while under the effect, you will recover and convert the Wound Casing Mask to the Sizzling Wound. You will also apply Desire for Acknowledgement Sated to the Index Proxy Efflorescent Ego Procreation Dawn when both are on the field. That's right, you get to pat the head of the little Don Quixote. Infinite head pats for an infinite cute little dog. I love that it is a head pat. Yeah, you do not want karmic consequences on yourself. Not good. Saurodon upscale. And yes, I am not gonna lie to you. Saurodon did not need a buff. But you know what? We take lore accurate identities here. And the lore accurate identity is that she gets head pats. Because she's very precious. Now we move on to the main passive. Least powerful season 7. Now we move on to the most wordy passive. I am not going to read through all of these because it's better to read through all of these when we actually go through the buffs, but I will exclaim this. Oracle device, I don't know how you pronounce this. Caduceus? Is this another god? I'm not sure. A random weapon is assigned to every coin for base attack skills. Each weapon has a unique effect. We will be reading what these do, so don't you worry. Gain Procreation Hermes when you use skills with Mark of the Prescript. TLDR, use your mark. Caduceus. God of Healing. Ah, excellent. Convert the wound casing mask to sizzling at the end of the turn. This unit used Furiosa Replica for the first time. The one that Hermes wields. Ah, excellent. So as you can see, either you get staggered or you use Furiosa for the first time, you will automatically convert into Sizzling Wound. If this unit has Sizzling Wound and has Furiosa Replica on the dashboard, gain the Indulgence in Prescripts. Hehehehe. Caduce. By the way, we also have the other passive. That's right, there's more passives. Deal more damage with skills with Mark of the Prescript. For every grace on yourself. At Y grace, you will deal even more damage with base attack skills. On hit with basic attack skills, Unbreakable Coins gain Procreation Hermes. Attack end. Gain Procreation Hermes equal to the number of remaining Unbreakable Coins. Furiosa Replica attack end. Gain Procreation Hermes equal to the number of skills remaining on Unbreakable Coins. Rounded down. Then we have the biggest thing here. Yeah, he's mid. If Hermes has reached an X amount of stacks this turn, at the end of turn, if this unit does not have a skill 3 on the dashboard, convert a base skill to skill 3. The first Furiosa was so nice, we had to do it twice. And this time you'll get Indulgent Prescripts buff. This might be better than Moly Yisang.
Yo, LUNACY.
So if Yi Sang Index no father give buff to Don cuz she an apprentice to him, would that mean for the other apprentices ID when Thanos father get added will also they apprentices buffs to like out as Matthias buff Ishmael?
Yo, thank you so much for the support, bro. I appreciate it. Will they also get the buff? Probably. Yeah. Assuming they will. Otis will probably buff Kira. Valencia, or Valencia, as I like to call her, will probably buff whoever the fuck the dumb apprentice is. And my goat Renclair will also... Actually, Renclair probably won't get buffed because it's more accurate that he doesn't get buffed. Honestly, Renclair is probably the only one that's not going to get buffed because his apprentice hates him. Well, his nurse father fucking hates him. So, yeah, he's kind of cooked. But yeah. He might get the way of the blade. Will we get the Honglu identity? Do I get Lorlu Mao? I'm gonna got Ryoshu out of the Honglus. I mean, Malfaust is one of the best identities. But Lord Lu will let you use all the high shows and also Daiyu. So you can combo them. So really it's personal preference. But if you want to use high shows, obviously Lord Lu. If you want to use Daiyu specifically as well, Lord Lu. If you just want to have Rupture, and also an overpowered identity, you can use Malfaust. Then, support passive, by the way. Grace of God. Deal more damage with Slash, Pierce, and Blunt base attack skills that are used for the first time by any ally each turn. Once per type across all allies. The index identities deal even more damage instead, and the effect application is determined before attack. So... fuck it, we ball? That's what the support passive is pretty much fuck it, we ball. Just go nuts, bro. Actually, God. So there you go. Now, with all of that said, we're still not done. Because now we have to go through the buffs. And the buffs are actually extremely relevant to the kit. First things first. Mark of prescript device. Prescript device is the exact same as Don Quixote's. Use a skill marked with a prescript or hit a target with a marked skill. Second, hit a target with a skill marked with the prescript. However, the third prescript, gain Procuration Hermes. Repeat this prescript until Hermes reaches X stacks. What does this mean? Third device is also probably when you get Shin. That means the game will force you to use Furioso. You will use Furioso, and you will fucking like it. Play my game. After you use Furioso, chat, you will get device 4. That is pretty much what it's asking you. Use Furioso and then get the 4th prescript. Then we actually see Procuration Hermes. At turn start, at X stack, a powerful skill becomes available. Because his skill is S32, it should not count him for the mere burn identity, no. Unless they change it. Unless they change that. Can be gained up to an unlock stage plus X stack per turn. So, you could only get, as you can see, at below unlock stage, the effect is maximum sector Y. You can only unlock Furioso once you reach prescript device 3. Pretty much, chat, what that means is at the bare minimum, you could get Furioso on turn 3. That is the bare minimum. Because the first turn, you get device 2. The second turn, you get device 3. And then that third turn, you can unlock Furioso. So, a minimum of 3 turns before you can use Furioso. Now, what does Shin do? Min and max speed plus X. You also gain more poise, potency, and count from base skills. If this unit's SP is higher than the target's, you will deal more damage for every SP difference. Oh, and by the way, units without SP are considered to be 0. So, more damage, more speed, more poise. Hooray. What about the wound casing Mars? Gain offense level up but lose defense level. You take less damage from unopposed attacks though. What does this mean? Again, more damage, more clash, more Bower. And if you lose your wound casing, which you will lose after Furioso, or if you lose after getting staggered, sizzling wound. You gain more offense level up and lose more defensive level. You will take even less damage from unopposed attacks. Turn start, you will gain burn and bleed potency. But you now deal more damage with base attack skills, unbreakable coins. Yeah. So, what is Indulgence? This is you can only get this effect if you have max stacks and Furioso available to you. Again, min and max speed plus X. And you will apply the following effects to Furioso Replica. On hit, inflict more potency and gain more poise. And more importantly, on hit, inflict sinking count. That's right. You can make Furioso count neutral. He might even be positive. Depending on the value on that final coin of Furioso, it might even be positive. Which would be the funniest fucking thing. +1 Furioso. -8 to +1 is the fucking craziest. Petting the Dawn. And yes, there's a little Dawn pet here. We will look at that. And yes, this is not including, by the way, unique syncing accounts like Blue Sand or Echoes of the Manor. Okay? And then you also deal more damage. Also, it expires at turn end. But more importantly... Look at we need to get this as an emote, chat. I think we're gonna take this as a, when the game comes out, when Lunardic updates the asset packs. I'm gonna see if it comes with this, and we're gonna add this as a little emote. This is an adorable little emote to add. I think we gotta add a new version of Dawn Pat. We already have a Dawn Pat emote. I don't know if it's in the chat. Is it in the chat? Hold on. Yeah, we do. It's right here. We have this. We need this for all ideas. Do we replace the current Dawn... Guys, do we replace the current Dawn Pet emote with this version of the Dawn Pet emote? Oh. Also, what does it actually do? Let's have a read, shall we? I thought it was clear. All teams from the side of me likes to see is different from Spice Bush and Solemn. He seems like a traditional damage dealer. A third sinking identity archetype has been unlocked. What if I did both? I could do both. Also, what does the Desire Acknowledgement say to actually do? Deal more damage with skills with Mark of the Prescript, and deal more damage against the Prescript target. It literally just makes her deal more damage. For free. For free. For free! Now, what about the unique effects when hacking through the ribs with a hatchet? This coin deals blunt damage. On hit without cracking, you will gain poise. When penetrating the lungs with stiletto, the coin deals pierce, and on hit without cracking, you will inflict sinking. When cleaving through the shoulder and the skull with a bastard sword, this coin deals slash damage, and this coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, you will gain offense level up next turn. When punching 10 or more holes in the torso with a rapier, this coin deals pierce damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, you will inflict defense level down next turn. When caving in the back of the skull with a hammer, this coin deals blunt damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, you will raise the target's stagger threshold. Tremor who? And then we have, honestly, what I think are the most cracked ones. When rending the body with a great sword, this coin deals slash damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, inflicts slash fragility next turn. When boring a 20-inch hole with a lance, this coin deals pierce damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, inflict pierce fragility next turn. When ripping the flesh of 10,000 strips with a whip, this coin deals blunt damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, inflict blood fragility next turn. And then the final one. When lacerating through space itself with a scythe like a certain someone, this coin deals slash damage. This coin deals more damage. On hit without cracking, it hits a guaranteed crit. And that's Riensang. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So. I always crit on this scythe. Yeah. And there you go. So, finally, an identity to beat Malfaust. Yeah, and it only took 3 key pages. It only took 3 pages. It's just like... yeah. Who will replace in the boys team, you think? Anyone? Probably fucking everyone, to be honest with you. Does he replace Dishi Yisang? I think he might have some competition. I think Dishi Yisang might inflict more count than him. What a capstone idea, right? Captain, this is the 5th release of the season. Now, guys, some of you are observant. Maybe a little too observant. Because, as you may know, Walpurgis is just around the corner. That's right. Walp is around the corner. In fact, let me type Walp in sideways. Walp is around the corner, baby. And this right here, you know what this is? Hold on, you can't see what that is, but... this is bait. All right? And yes, before you say anything, that is Ishmael. Now, this is called a bait banner. A bait banner is supposed to lure you into a false sense of security, to drain you of all your resources before the mighty limited time event. But how in the fuck can bait exist if it wasn't so good? No. Ah! And she gets captured. Yeah, we are all pulling on this banner, bro. We do not care. Yeah, this is a bait banner, by the way. It's fucking Roland. I don't think this is a bait. It's fucking Roland. It's Roland from Library of Ruina, but the Timu. Splendid illustration of Ishmael. It can't be bait if it's genuinely the coolest identity we've had since a seasonal and since the seasonal ends. I have a job and income. I can afford this. Yeah, I'm pulling on this. I don't, if you're not pulling on Roland from, Library of Ruina, bro, I don't know what you're pulling on. You gotta wait for the red mist.
Yo, LUNACY.
If we get the other index proxy doing Walper get more index, more power.
Holy fuck. That would be... Thank you so much for the support, by the way. A massive appreciation. If we get the other index... If we get... Imagine it's an Imagine. It's an index Walpurgis. And we get 2 more index identities, and it makes it 5 index identities, chat. Oh my god, that might be it. We might be getting a full index. We might get the same amount of index in 1 season. And we get a fucking middle. What if it's the real Roland? Yeah, so... I don't know how to tell you this. Oh, so how do I feel about the identity? I guess I should, I should ask. It's fucking cracked. Yeah, it's cracked. This is cracked. It cannot be anything but cracked. It physically cannot be. I don't know what you'd there are so many to tell you guys how many minor modifiers are going in here. The amount of passives that are going in, the amount of minor buffs. Shin. You have Indulgence. You have the weapon. You have percent damages. Mark of the Prescript. Target. Grace of the Prescript. You got Hermes. Time of Consequence. There's so much stuff in here. And by the way, this is the 5th identity of the season. This is the 5th identity of the season. And by the way, in case you didn't know, people have noticed that if you compare the seasonal banners with the previous season, we are currently following the same path projection as the previous season. Double banner into single banner, into single banner, into double banner, into single banner. The next one, I think, is also a single banner. And then double banner after that. And then I think it's one more banner, and then it's and then it's the seasonal. So if they're following it 1-to-1, the next one could be Apprentices. So the next one could be Apprentices. Because they might do a duo. If they might do a duo banner with both Apprentices. And they might leave the rest of the Nurse Fathers last. Because they definitely wanted to reveal Riansang right before Walpurgis. Walpurgis is right around the fucking corner. What's my wish for Warp? Okay. I have 2 possibilities for Warp. One, it's Library of Ruina. I think it's going to be Library of Ruina. If it is Library of Ruina, it could be She, it could be Index, it could be 8 o'clock Circus, it can be maybe even an abnormality. I wouldn't mind some abnormalities. It could be fucking all of that. If it's Lobotomy Corp, I hope it's Gebra, and I hope it's like Gebra related, and we get like red, or we get birds, or we get, so either we get wolf and red, we get birds, maybe a new unique abnormality. So they alternate. Okay, I get asked this a lot. What do you mean? Don't they alternate? The story Walpurgises alternate. Not the filler Walpurgises. Because if you include filler Walpurgises, you will never get a story version of one of the series. We had a filler Walpurgis. Then, if we do a story Lob, we'll get a filler library and then another story. You see the problem? So either the filler lasts for 2 Walpurgis, where it goes filler library, story library, then filler Walp, story filler Lob, story Lob, or it's gonna go, or it'll do this. It'll go filler library, story Lob, filler Lob, story library. That doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna assume that the filler and the story are accounted together. If we're gonna have 2-month Walpurgises, chat, okay, then that 4-month period, which would normally be a Walpurgis, is the period of that story. One of the months is going to be 2 months of it will be library, then the 2-month story will be library. Then it'll be 2 months of Lob, and then 2 months more of Lob. Okay, but that's not how it happened the first time. It didn't happen either. Yeah, but the first time anything happens in this game is not the same as how it happens now. So that argument doesn't work. Because they used to do a lot of things differently at the beginning that they don't do now. We already got a filler. They said they wanted to do every 2-month Walpurgis. Every 4-month being a story. If they're gonna do that, they can't have 2 in a row. That wouldn't make sense. As in, like, they can't... It wouldn't... Repeating the story wouldn't make sense. Until then, I've got no clue. I'm saying both. I think it'll be library because it makes the most sense. Because we haven't had a library story yet. Because we had a filler library because of the Walpurgis, right? We had the filler Walpurgis. So if they're gonna actually do the story library, then yeah, it'll be filler, story, filler, story. Because every 4 months, that makes it 4 months, and then there you go. When was the last Walpurgis? It was, I believe, end of... It was middle of November, I think? Or beginning of November. It was beginning of November, I think. Or was it beginning of October? I don't remember. November. Beginning of November. So it was beginning of November, lasted 2 weeks. So it's December, January, and then end of February we're gonna get this Walp. So I don't know. Again, I'm not 100%. I'm just laying out how I think it works in my head. You know. That's how I'm saying it worked. You know, I'm not saying, like, you know, I predicted, like, everything. You know, like, everything else I predicted. Like, you know how I predicted Alan and Hanafuda Walpurgis. You know, I'm not saying that I'm using that as credibility or anything, you know, but, you know. I'm not saying I have secret contacts with Kim Ji-hoon and, you know, he's feeding me information live. But I'm just saying... Just my theory. You know, just a random guy's theory, you know. I don't know. Is it this month? It'll be, most likely during the roadmap. It'll most likely be after the roadmap during... So how the timeline is going to work, chat? Let me explain how the... Hold on, let me get the paint out. Let me get the timeline. I think I'm locking in on how the timeline works. Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Hold on, let me change this to here. Okay, hold on. Let me get the timeline. So, I think I get the timeline. Now that we know when the roadmap happens, so here we are. Okay, here's a straight line. Good enough. Here we are. Okay. Here is MD. That's P. Here's MD. So this is Monday, right? So this is Monday. M. Right? Then we have MD. Then we have next week. Will be normal. We have normal. Then, okay, this will line up on hard mode. So this is the 26th. The next day is the roadmap. Okay? The next day is the roadmap, which is the 27th. I think that the week after will be Walp. That's how I'm thinking. This is hard. MD lasts 1 week. So this is MDN, which is normal. We'll get hard mode right before the roadmap. And then the week after, which will be 1 fortnight from now. Boop, boop. It'll be Walpurgis. So there you go. Yeah, this is March, by the way. This is in, like, this is March. Extreme on Walp? Yeah, they've done that. Yeah, they could put them together. Because guys, hear me out. Guys. They're gonna tease Walpurgis during the roadmap. They're gonna show the trailer off during the roadmap. I know how he works. I know how the greed of this man works, chat. They're gonna show it off during the roadmap. It's the perfect time. They're gonna show it off. Just like they were trying to show off Yi-Sang. Because you gotta remember, Yi-Sang was supposed to be teased before. He was supposed to be teased during the roadmap. They were going to show Yi-Sang originally, but now it's been delayed, and what's next? A big ol' Walpurgis. Just a theory, though. Yeah, just a theory. Just a game theory. They did that with the magical girls. Are we extreme at the same time as hard? No. So, hard mode, superposition, and extreme are all separate. Usually it's in 1 week intervals. So normal, 1 week. Hard, then 1 week superposition, and then extreme, we don't know how long that'll come out because extreme is new. Okay, so because extreme is new, we don't know, but typically a week or two after hard mode, they add superposition, and then we don't know. They might go 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. So it might be normal to hard 1 week, hard to superposition 1 week, and then superposition to extreme 1 week. It'd be 1 month. Oh my guys, my voice is shot. Holy shit. Hold on, guys. Get a drink break, everyone. Drink break. Start fucking drinking water and shit. Oh my god. Oh, all right. So, guys, I wanted to tell you something. In fact, I wanted to show you something. Everyone blamed him. Everyone made fun of him. But in the end, he remains the strongest. Who am I talking to, you might be asking? With the addition of Yi-Sang included. One of these sinners and their identities has been upscaled to the levels Mihawk wishes. Yeah. Liu Gregor upscale. Ally with the slower speed deals 30% damage with their 4th and subsequent coins. Now you might be saying, it won't be the slowest. Oh, the slowest, this slowest, that. You fools. You don't understand. Speed is a matter of manipulation. You can manipulate speed to the level of extent. But you can't feel it in solos. Yes, you can. You can feel anything in solo if your heart believes. I just wanted to show that off. Don't worry, I'll be showing off other techniques. Explain it? There are certain identities who have the ability to maintain speed advantages. Simply following order. Sloth fuel? Yes. Bounce index upscale. Exactly. You don't even need gifts. You don't even need gifts. In Mirror Dungeon, there are encounter rewards that give you resources. So you don't even need a gift. A Temeri ID. Yeah, that might be fucked up. He gets min-max speed. That is true. I didn't say it would be easy. But you could probably make it work. This guy hits 1,000 rupture damage. Yeah, this guy is, how do I put this? Fucking cracked. Yeah, this guy's fucking cracked, guys. What can I say? But guys, what about a prediction? What do you guys think? Oh, the next identity's added after Yin Sang. Who dares to be the banner non-Walpurgis that follows up against Rian Sang? I think it's going to be the apprentices. I think it might be an apprentice. I could see maybe a double apprentice. They also could go with a nurse father. In fact, chat, let me quickly have a look at Limbus Company Wiki.gg to look at the extraction history of the Season 6, and we can predict if it will be a double banner or a singular banner. We are currently 2-1-1-2. So this will be 2-1-1-2-1. Alright, so then, well, Walpurgis could be after that. It could be a double banner, could be Bokak as well. But so far, I mean, so far it's looking pretty fucking accurate, so I ain't gonna lie to you. On this prediction, it has Walpurgis, Bokak, and then a single identity. It'll most likely be Walpurgis, and then after the Walpurgis, it could be Bokak. And then drop identity. Single banner, I could see the Nurse Fathers being single banners. I think that probably makes the most amount of sense. Because they want more people to pull on the banner, right? So they're going to drip feed the Nurse Fathers. I think that would probably make sense. Although, a Nurse Father and Apprentice dropping in a double banner would be hella peak. Like, imagine the Valencia and fucking Lucio banner, like, dropping at the same time. That could be cool. Doesn't basically saying ego passive give bind when he's getting hit for next turn? Ah, my friend. You seem to have found one of the techniques. Congratulations. You are now aware of the power of Liu Gregor. How does he gain attack weight on Furioso? Unfocused volley is attack weight. That's how he gains the attack weight. Now, if you're asking how does he get 7 attack weight? I don't know. But this should naturally have 7 attack weight. I think what you saw in the teaser was them choosing not to have max sinners on. I think it's one of those rare instances where in the teaser they manipulated the enemies on purpose. I think they purposely only put 4 enemies on the base Furioso so they could show off both Furiosos. They showed off the normal Furioso on 4 enemies, and then they showed the enhanced Furioso on all the enemies. How much base power do you think this will have? It could be like a 4. It could be like a 6. I don't think it'll be anything more than 8. I think 8 is the limit. I don't think it'll be anything higher than 8. It could even be lower. It could be like 4. I'm probably going to say 6, between 6 to 8. I don't think it'll be higher than 6 or 8. Yeah, it could be 5. 5 is probably 4 or 5. 4 to 8, I think, is the most realistic. Horror farming on the skill art. Yeah, who does bro know that we're watching, guys? Like, why is he horror farming like that? I wouldn't mind 10 base power as well. I think 10 base power would be nice. I think it's going to be all +1s. I don't think it'll be +2s. I mean, maybe it'll be +2s. If it's +2s, but I mean, like, guys, if it's +2s, that means it has to be like a 4, like a 3 or a 4. If it's 4 or +2s, then it'll be 18. That'll be 22. That's not bad. But then you got to add final power on there. Assuming it has any... I don't think his final power is below 36. I don't think his final power is below 30. Right? I don't think his final power is below 30. I think at the end of the skill, it's going to be above 30. I think it might even be higher than 30. It might be like 35 or 40. The double banner after E-Ascent? We don't know. It's according to the extraction history, it's Walpurgis, Bokak, and then a single banner. When are we getting Mirror Dungeon? This week. Mirror Dungeon is this week. Mirror Dungeon is this week. February 19th, which is in 3 days. My question said, Endcut Balls sell Dare to Dream. By the way, I want to show you guys, actually, there's a few things I should tell you guys about. In related to Yisang. Hold on, let me show you all. In case you guys wanted to do some Mirror Dungeon runs with Yisang. Here are a few ego gifts that you should keep your eyes out. Is Bokak before Walp? No, Bokak's after Walp in the extraction history. If you guys want to use Rian Yisang, here's something you want to look out for. Beep boop beep boop beep 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 beep. Where is it? Down, right, around. Hardwood liquor cup. You're gonna want this. When attacking an enemy with an unbreakable coin, except the eagle skills that lost the clash, in case you somehow lose a clash with Yisang. Plus coin skills receive plus coin power plus 3 divided by the number of coins. Which, 9 coins. And deal 20% extra damage. Minimum +1 gained. And minus coins no more, but don't worry about that, sorry. Lost the clash for losing shit. Hey, when Extreme comes out, everyone losing clashes. With no coin power, it's going to be very interesting. You don't get the coin power. No, but it converts to final power. Also, that works on his base skills, by the way, chat. Because his base skills become unbreakable coins, not just Furioso, remember. And let me put this back on. There we go. And also, if you remember, specifically... Where is it? It is right... It's around here somewhere. I think it's back here. There's so many skills. Base attack skills with unbreakable coins give you Hermes, and you get equal to the number of remaining coins. So as you can see, more Hermes stacks, depending on the unbreakable coins. So, yeah, you want to make sure your unbreakable coins are good. 100% hopeless on Clash. Imagine, guys, we fight the Distortion Detective crew, but, like, on the enemy team, and they fucking kill us. That would be so, that would be so epic. Wouldn't that be epic? With the liquor cup, he just gets stronger. If Furioso is +1 coin power, chat, you can lose it and suffer no consequences. Kind of. It forces your coin power to be 1, which means you wouldn't get the final power buffs, I think. How strong is the Distortion Detective team? I'd say pretty strong. Yeah, I'd say pretty decent. Pretty alright. Pretty big. Give me a Moses identity and my life is yours. Yeah, I would like a Distortion Detective Walpurgis, but we'll have to wait a little bit for that. That could be the next one, guys. Distortion Detective. Woohoo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, allies with skills. That would be cool. That would be so cool. And yeah, guys. Well, that's pretty much everything, man. We've discussed the song. We talked about the new Mirror Dungeon. I'm so excited for this Mirror Dungeon, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is so good. Talked about the normal patch. It is a good ass night, chat. It's a good ass night. 1300 lunacy. Oh my god. Why is it red? Because of the spiders. 9 coins. It's just for fun. Otis Moses. That would be fire. I think I would sacrifice my... my lunacy for that one. Unironically, not sure how the game supports ally targeting. The game has ally targeting already because your identities can corrode and target allies with the indiscriminate tag. Also, certain identities can follow up on your allies, like Orshu or Encorprioshu. And Fell Bullet targets allies. It's not focused encounter targeting, but it is unfocused encounter targeting. The mischievous Yi-Sung Edgar. Yeah, pretty much. Roger Ezra is pretty much locked. Yeah. But what if it was Ezra Don Cahoot? Nah, it's probably Ezra Roger. You can counter your corroded ally. Yeah, you can also you can clashable guard, you can evade, you can clashable counter your ally too. So yeah, there's a lot. Uncode is too small, but she's very cute though. Wow. I will pull for Vesper Assault. Yeah, Kano 10 guys, Vesper Assault is gonna be on the banner. We're cooked. Exact eye targeting. As far as yeah, you can't do that right now. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we have to do finally the first good ending. I mean, Dawn already has all the good endings. I mean, every sync Dawn is a good ending. This is Vesper ID. I'm saying goodbye to Wop. This guy got killed by Ujet Otis, by the way. True. But not in this timeline. That's the difference, guys. That's his alternate timeline. Alternate timeline. He got killed. This is the House of Spiders timeline. In the House of Spiders timeline, he's got more aura, therefore he has more protection. Yeah, there's 2 mirror worlds. There's the Limbus company headquarters mirror world, and then there's the House of Spiders mirror world. The Limbus company headquarters has Otis, so the Ujar Otis successfully avoids the sabotage from Diaz and kills Rien. They kill him. And in that timeline, Lamp Gregor also gets his run back and kills, and joins the raid and kills, not Cassetti, Callisto. So Oda kills the nurse. Oda kills the Index. Lamp Gregor kills Callisto. That is true. The EX clear lines are not canon. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, the EX canons. That's why because they still raid the House of Spiders. In the Limbus storyline, they still raid the House of Spiders. Right. So what happens is, in the EX she kills them, but in the actual canon, they injure him and he leaves. He retreats to the House of Spiders, and then that's when in the Lamp Gregor storyline he says, I want to go to the House of Spiders, and then he has his run back. For a game with 3 buttons and combat, this is sure a lot of words. I mean, this is like any video game does this. Every video game. I've seen people who play Battle Cats that have more like philosophical discussions than like any Greek philosopher ever could about like doing whatever the fuck you do in Battle. I don't know what you do in Battle Cats, but with new cats. So this is actually a burn season. It seems like a lot of sinking. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much confirmed. Pretty much confirmed burn season, yeah. I mean, like, 3 out of the 5 identities release a burn, so like, yeah. Battle player here, I agree. With Invisible Hammer, yeah, he's talking about Callisto. I think they battle cats. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they battle fucking aliens, don't they? You take over the Earth, the known universe, and the past with cats. You send out cats or anime girls and they fight each other. Yeah. In Battle Cats, it's not you but you don't control them, right? The only thing you control is when you deploy your cats. And I think you get like a skill you can use, maybe? So, yeah. Anything. Imagine Rien as a battle cat. He'd have cat ears, probably. Limbus battle cats? Burn ID. Hey. How much burn do you really think you need on an identity to be a burn ID? As long as there's one motherfucker who inflicts 2 burn count at the end of turn, that's all you need. That's all you need. You just need one dude. One dude can inflict all of your burn count for the rest of your days. True. So think about it. If you had Fire Fist Gregor or Lamp Gregor, because you could inflict Dazzle. Guys, Azura. Oh my god. I just remembered. Oh, I just remembered. Oh my god. Base attack skills. Oh god. It's a Lamp Gregor upscale. It's always a Lamp Gregor upscale. Fuck. Oh no, it's a Lamp Gregor upscale. Not only is it a Lamp Gregor upscale, by the way, Great Tricholicism upscale, Shattered Mark, Wrath and Gloom. By the way, also more burn potency and sinking potency. Oh, God. Shattered world upscale. I wonder if this burn potency is affected by the Furioso. I'm not sure, because Furioso is after attack. I'm not sure if that counts. If it does count, then... Yeah, wait, yeah! Forward march flame! On Clash when inflict a burn. There you go. By the way, chat, if you didn't know, remember how I told you about Liu Sang? This is how you can do it. Yeah, using the 8 capital once, well, it's once per turn. You're only going to get Furioso once per turn. By Wrath Resin. 4th match upsale? Yeah, but you have to be the slowest, but you can just use Bind. 4th match flame upscale. Guys, I might need to uptype 4th uptype. Can I uptype it right now? How much thread is that? Do I lose? 171. I get... How much thread is that? Oh, dude, wait, I'm gonna get 2... No, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get... Hold on. I didn't want to look at it. But I will get 200 thread back from the banner. Yeah, we're fucking chilling. I'm gonna uptype. Guys, I think... I mean, I'm gonna get it back from the fucking banner anyway. It doesn't matter. I think it's time we up-tie the best ego of the game. $200? Yeah. I got Renclair and Gregor. I got Gregor on 190 and I got Renclair on 200. So. Alright guys, I'm ready for Uptype 5. I'm ready for Uptype 5. When Uptype 5's around, why am I doing this? So I can use 4th match flame when Yisong comes when Renclair comes out and be a burn identity. What do you mean? Now I can hit him with the Bygone Days, 4th match flame. Wait, like high key, wait, like this is OP, you know? I got Tricholicism. I got 4th match 4, and I got Bygone Days. Oh my god. And we get Clash Power too. Oh no, it's so easy. It's so free, dude. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooking, I should say. High Wrath. You say that like I won't be having Wrath on my team. Of course I'll have Wrath on my team. You gotta understand there's a minimum of this, right? It's always a minimum of one. It's a minimum of 1 no matter what. I need to run close to the bind. Oh, true. Also, if I run Gregor, which you probably will on this team, you got Wrath. He also does have a Wrath res passive. Well. Oh, hey, look. Update notice. Wow, update notice. System notification. Wow. Ah, I was like, wow. Anyway, yeah, we're cooked. It's never about efficiency. It's about agenda. It was never about the money, Spider-Man. Remember, guys, Furioso does not... Okay, reminder, chat. Furioso does not automatically get used. Furioso appears on your dashboard, which means you can Wrath Res it. Simple. 900 IQ gaming. 10,000% genius. I spent all my turn on Arcanite's banner. Yeah, a lot of thread being spent here and there. I love it. Imagine we had an extreme. Yeah, I'm ready to fucking. I'm ready to see what this lads are made of. To be honest with you. Perfect for the bird team. Yep. Does it trigger first like She Faust? No, it's just a normal skill. So it's not combat star or anything. You just get a skill 3. You can save skill by defense. It will convert the lowest. It says here. It says prioritize the skill in the leftmost slot bottom row. So theoretically, chat. Then if you evade, like if you pop an evade and then use the top skill and gain the replica, it should turn your top skill into the your top skill into Furioso. But it does prioritize the leftmost bottom slot. So, but I think it should do the top one if you block. There's not really any benefit to doing that. I don't know why you'd want to, but I guess if you wanted to save a skill 3 or something, so you could like loop it, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't have it. There's nothing else for me to talk about, guys. We kind of done everything. Yeah. It's good enough to help with Sigdon. True. Guys, I think we're done. We've talked about the patch twice. We've talked about Mirror Dungeon twice. We talked about Riansang for multiple times. I don't have much else to say, guys. I think we're done. My voice is killing me. I gotta go rest my voice. How could they possibly top this? I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait until his Uptype story comes out. Will he die? I don't know. Will Middle Otis do burn? Probably. She has Leviathan. Leviathan. Anyway, that's gonna be it here for guys. There's nothing else for us to do. Y'all, hope y'all enjoyed the discussion and live stream. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Tomorrow we're back for our usual content. And obviously, chat, on Thursday we will not only be pulling. Alright? Obviously we'll be pulling. But we'll be playing the new Mirror Dungeon. So yeah. Y'all take care. I'll update y'all on tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys. Bye-bye.